Yes, sir. Yes,
We're
sir. One of them
back.
ones. One of them ones. Like a
All right,
big.
let's
I need a
let's.
quote about rebirth. I need. Let me see. Let me see. Let me. I should have did that before we started. I don't care though. I don't care because change is supremely inconvenient, uncomfortable, and naturally scary. Yet we all
Hmm.
move through life through the process of change, reinvention,
Hmm.
renewal, and reinvigoration.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I'm still on the same shit. Exact same shit. Exact same shit.
let's let's address the elephant in the room. Why we've been gone for so long. Um, we've been trying to keep this under wraps. We got a divorce,
Yeah.
and we were finalizing, splitting everything down the middle. Um, Neither of us wanted the kids, so we were fighting over who was forced to take the kids in court.
Yeah. God, you calling it a divorce? It doesn't even sound real, right? It doesn't even feel real. But I think for me, it was really, we were both at points in our lives, right, where we really had to lock in on ourselves. We had to focus on ourselves and what meant the most to us, right? And
You
both of
know,
us really realized it wasn't the kid, it wasn't our child, right? It was
it's
not the
like,
kid.
we still love each other. It's just one of those things, sometimes people just, they grow apart, but like it's still amicable.
Right, because like it got to a point to where like I'm trying to get days off to where like I don't gotta be with the child, right? And he's secretly fighting for the same thing, right? So it's tough, right? Because it's conflicting interests. You get what I'm saying?
If I
Don't
could,
nobody
he would
want
just
the
be a
kid.
ward of the
Like
state.
they just like, oh, I'm going to this. I'm going to the store real quick. I'll be right back. Like, no, not you going to get some milk, pop.
And it's literally just who get out the door first.
Yeah, like it's smooth one of those. Hold on, I gotta go get something from my car. Let me go with you. Let me check. Like, hold on, hold on,
No,
hold on.
because I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. You don't even like smoking, so
No,
like,
I don't like cigarettes, but I love talking to you. So let's just stand outside and talk, huh?
but like the
Let's
smoke
chop
gonna be
it up.
blowing, like it's gonna be,
Nah,
it's
I
gonna be
wear a mask.
your
And
eyes
guess
though. The
what?
smoke will give you your eyes. Like
No,
that's
no, 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 no. So I have this specialized Amazon purchased head wrap,
mm,
right? That covers my eyes
Amazon
as well, and it filters out the smoke. It got the carbon, the charcoal carbon filter.
charcoal carbon filter.
The charcoal,
Mm.
the charcoal.
Mediated
Hold
the
up.
divorce.
But yeah, but in all seriousness though, really nothing special happened. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I just got to a point where on a week to week basis, I had a lot of shit going on, shit that I had to really fix and attend to in real life. And it's not like the pod couldn't go on without me, but in the like in the state that it is, like I do the recording, I do the editing, I do it. So it's like if I'm not doing it, then I like theoretically someone else could do it. I don't think necessarily anybody else wants to, which why the analogy for the kid that niggas don't want is actually a good one because the hardest part is not sitting here and shooting the shit with my nigga and my wife for 2.5 hours. That's not the hard part, right? Um, although showing up is the hard part sometimes, but the
It
hard
feels
part is
like it's almost like it was getting to a job. If we didn't have a schedule and we didn't have to set aside and allot 2 hours, if we literally just got on PlayStation in a Discord party and just recorded tomfoolery with no schedule for 2 hours straight, we could do that every day. It's just having to set aside a time and we're gonna do this. I don't like when niggas tell me what to do, even if it's myself. Even if I say, all right,
even if I'm the nigga
Saturday,
telling me what to do.
Saturday, you're gonna sit here for 2 hours and talk. I was
Who
gonna
he
do that
talking to?
anyway,
Who is he
but
talking to? Like what? He must not know, right?
first off, I was gonna do that in my room, but now you make me go to my office to do that. And not only that, I gotta use a whole different headset and a different mic. Like, nah, it's too much work.
hmm hmm
It's like when you was getting ready to do the dishes and then somebody told you to do the dishes. Like, now I don't want to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so,
Now I'm not doing them.
okay. So I had a plan to get the dishes done. Literally, I was gonna start at 8:25 because it's 8:16 right now. I had 9 minutes to do what I was gonna do, but now at this point, I'm pushing it to 8:45. I'm good. Or
That shit used
maybe
to
it just
piss
got
me off
done.
as a kid when your parent would tell you to do something, and then you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it," and they'd be like, "No, I want you to do it now. You do it when I tell you." What does it matter?
What
I'm
you
like,
want?
because I'm a
What's wrong
child,
with
I can't have a schedule. Like,
I
fuck what
can't
I got
decide
going on.
when I want to do
my
something.
schedule set by yours? So just set it better then, please. Like if you gonna do that, right? To where I got like tell me 2 hours in advance at 8:30. I need you to see. Like you ain't even thinking that far ahead. Please don't beat me.
Please don't be.
I'm sorry for my outburst.
Why you even need to trash out at a certain time? We got guests coming over you ain't tell me about.
It's like, buddy, they come pick up their trash at 6:30 a.m. Like what? I just gotta do it before I go to bed. Yeah, no. But yeah, so it really wasn't nothing special. You know what I mean? It was really just again, got a new job. Now I got two jobs. And I'm going back to grad school. So it's like, well, not back to grad school, but going back to school to go to grad school. So it's like, again, I just had some shit to attend to, truth be told.
Yeah,
You see how niggas just casually drop? Yeah, I got two jobs and I'm going to grad school. Like, like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's light. It
yeah,
really is light
it's
though. Like,
nothing. Yeah,
we all could do it. I'm not sure. Like, we all have the same 24. No,
that's true. That's true.
I don't know. I do feel like that. Like, now granted. The pod made it very clear to me that we don't all have the same 24 because there was times where I had the same 21. Or the same 21 and a half because I spent it 2.5 hours with it.
Like, damn, it's really 24 hours. Did niggas count this? Like, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm like, can we get a recap? Like, all right. When's the
Like,
last
I
time
don't
you
know. Are
did
y'all
like?
just saying that?
Have y'all done a longitudinal study on that so far? Like, or did y'all just they established that a minute ago and y'all just let them rock?
We just take it for what it is, because
Pretty much.
I feel like it could be
even
more.
though NASA did say time is speeding up.
We feel like that.
Hmm
I thought it was just me getting old. It just feels like every year time goes by faster, but it's not about getting old. That's just literally happening.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know the science behind it, but I think it has to do with climate change.
Don't it always?
Damn, I didn't even know it was climate change. I thought it was just us hurtling towards entropy and the end of the universe.
Because
So
of
the
climate
whole
change. That's
universe is
here.
not the whole universe ain't moving faster. It's just Earth.
Well, I tell you what,
Right.
That's
if we
not fair.
want if we want something to end the universe, or at least life on Earth, let's talk about mirror bacteria,
I'm sorry.
mirror image bacteria to be specific. So
Go on.
didn't know what the hell this was. Had no clue. But luckily, someone who gets paid a lot of money wrote a 299-page report. Mind you, didn't read
You
that.
know they did that for the love of the game. 200. You know you could have summarized that into. Um,
Into
maybe you
what,
couldn't
like
summarize that, but
200, like into 200. Like I probably, if I would have wrapped it up in the back half, I probably got to like 175, maybe. Yeah, for sure. But
At that point, like, why niggas didn't go 300? Like, why
nah,
299?
yeah, nah. You know what? I feel like that's a conscious decision. Like
Like,
300.
if we dragging it, like, we could drag it.
What if it's like contractual? Like it's like once you over 300, like they charge you different. Like so they like no. We in protest. I'm at 299. This could have been 320 for real, but they don't pay me for all that. So but so in this 299-page report that I imagine 17 people on Earth read, there was they've warned about a mirror pathogen that could spell the end of life on Earth, and as
hell yeah.
such, a microbe that is a mirror pathogen. So basically, imagine this concept, right? Like we're human beings, right? Oxygen is what we breathe. We're made up of water. DNA is mostly made up of sugar, right? And for whatever reason, DNA is a right-handed molecule by virtue of what it is, because the helix, the double helix, curves towards the right. Right now, proteins, on the other hand, use left-handed amino acids. So that's not just true of all human beings on Earth. That's true of all life on Earth. Plants, cats, tapir. That was a wild pull, but all of those animals, capybaras, everybody, they're all
Hyraxes.
same thing, same thing. So now, mind you, none of us know why that decision was made that way. Like we don't know why our life was arranged that way. And the Bible never told us. I don't think I don't think they had that. Like, he was like, oh, the right-handed double heel. I'll tell you when you get older. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna tell you right now. It's just not the time. Shh, not the time. It's not the time. Right. So basically, what they're doing is this report. They began working towards creating life forms composed entirely of mirror image biological molecules. First and foremost, when you said began work towards creating, I thought to myself, didn't you say this was bad?
Yeah.
Didn't you just tell me these niggas can end life on Earth? At any point, did anybody start to think, okay, I know I'm curious, but do I want to live? So anyway, what they're saying is that these mirror bacteria could pretty much evade all immune mechanisms mediated by chiral molecules. Oh boy, potentially causing lethal infections in humans, animals, and plants.
Since
Right.
it's a mirror image, we don't have anything to fight it because it's completely
Right,
different.
exactly. Because it's basically it's the polar opposite of how all our shit go. Like our cells, defenses is lined up in a certain way, and most of the bacteria, viruses, and stuff that we know on Earth is lined up in the same way. Even the ones that mutate a little bit out of the way, it's still like the base right-handed, all of that shit at the
It's
end.
still hanging to the right.
Right.
I can see why they would want to create that though, because
Well,
like
go ahead, because you might say what's coming next.
um well I just know like in science like people are always like why y'all like creating this bad shit that you're trying to avoid, but like if you want to create an intervention, you probably would have to like see how it's made to be able to create that intervention or like create that in a microcosm so you can like come up with interventions and test interventions.
And that is exactly what the next paragraph in this
Mm-hmm.
article is about.
Mm.
Because they're basically saying it can have a profound effect on HIV, Alzheimer's. I mean, the list goes on, right? They just started with those because they just know we don't know jack shit about Alzheimer's. But they're like, look, whatever we don't know about, shit, the left-handed helix will get it done. Telling you,
Mhm.
I send my lefty out there. Niggas don't know, like niggas don't know what to do with that, like.
My helix is ambidextrous.
Yeah. So this is the whole thing. So obviously they said that they haven't created these things yet, but they're saying that there's a possibility that in the next 10 years or so they could get to the first building blocks, first steps to this type of thing. Now mind you, there's a sentence in here. I'm not even gonna read the whole sentence. I'm just gonna pick out this phrase from it that sent chills down my spine. Hypothetical mirror pandemic. Don't ever say that shit to me again. Like, don't you dare ever speak no shit, no hellish hell into the world like that again. Please don't.
Horror is beyond comprehension.
That
Mirror
sounds
pandemic.
terrifying.
Don't talk to me anymore.
It reminds me of, I don't remember if this was a movie or a TV show or what, but there was something I watched or read where it was like, mirror versions of people and they were slowly abducting people and replacing them with the
Jamie
mirror
Foxx.
versions of
Oh,
those people.
uh,
Jamie
Huh.
Foxx.
go
We're
ahead.
talking about mirror versions of people, not. Oh shit! I'm thinking about
No, no.
fucking.
What are we
I'm
talking
thinking about Us. I'm stupid.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
about?
yeah.
I've
No,
seen a
literally
movie. I
us.
can't remember what was the movie.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name for the life of you. Yeah, I'm literally thinking about Us. It was literally
Oh,
mirror images of everybody. They were even doing shit backwards. So when you talk about a mirror pandemic, I'm thinking like, damn, it's about to be a whole lot of backwards niggas running around.
mhm.
Mhm.
Do you remember that lady from a long time ago on Inside Edition? She had this disease where she walked backwards. She would be walking crazy, but she walked
Yes.
Oh yeah.
walk front facing like forward. She will walk terribly, but then if she walked backwards, she'd be perfectly fine.
Didn't it come out
Oh,
that she was faking all of that?
first off, it was on Inside Edition. I know she was faking it. That shit was just televised National Enquirer. Like they put that shit on
Yeah.
TV anyway. Um, but the part that killed me was I remember thinking to myself like, yo, she'll make a hell of an NFL cornerback. Yo, her backpedal game is serious. Yo, she'll always get back in coverage, nigga. You ain't never got to worry about something over the top. Jameson Williams is on lock, nigga, on seatbelt, strapping in. But anywho, we were talking about DNA, so I guess we'll talk about DNA in a legal sense, because there is a New Jersey courtroom that has come up with a new novel way to test DNA that was previously unusable.
Was
Now,
it
first and
unusable?
foremost, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was asking why was it unusable before?
So basically, like unusable in a sense that they were either too small, there was too many individual parts in what was going on, and yeah, and basically like that type of shit. And so now they're saying it's a company called no DNA tool known as STRMix, Street Mix. That don't even sound like some shit I should be using. Like, why are you doing that? But yeah, so they're trying to use this in this trial of this man at the Monmouth County Courthouse. Now, mind you, this guy. Let me start with the obvious. What his charges are? He's being charged with smoking 4 of his relatives, and everything I'm reading pretty much says that he might have did that shit like pretty definitively. However,
Mm.
as you know, in many of these cases, if you can't find a weapon and you can't get DNA, it's tough to make an unbreakable chain or
Hmm.
unbreakable link, right? Because if you can't find a weapon and you can't find DNA, you know what I mean? Well, I hated my wife. Come on, I'm a white man in America. Like, what are you like? What are you talking about? Like, like that's not good enough. It's not gonna work. Ooh, I argue with my kids. What, bro? I beat their ass a couple times too. Sure. But anywho, right? So they're arguing that so his lawyers are arguing that the software hasn't been proven reliable in the same way that safety critical system. Now this I think this was a good point. He kind of cooked on this one, right? So he's talking about the systems that they use in cars and airplanes, right? Now granted, those systems ain't foolproof neither, but they have been tested in a way that is much more, I'm not gonna say definitive, but it's much more like, all right, I can at least agree with the testing. Now, the results can always be freaked and fudged because there's vested interest in some of these results going a certain way. Of
Right.
course, right? So, mind you, I might test your shit and your shit is under par and you slide me a little money under the table and I change that 5 to an 8. Like, it's
Right.
cool. Like, it'll work that way. But basically, they're saying that this hasn't been tested, right? And so the prosecutors are arguing that they've been using street mix all in labs and courts across the country. But to me, my issue with that is, well, okay, no, first and first, I ain't even gonna give my issue with it. I'll read the quote from one of the developers, and then we can all say what our issues with it is. The developer said, the motivation is to actually test the software well, try and break it if we can, and if we miss something, just honestly report what has happened. I don't want to contribute to an injustice ever.
My brother in Christ. I, I can't see the future, but I see many an injustice on the horizon.
I think there are injustices in our rear view. I think in the first initial 300 tests, probably the first nigga got cooked.
I was about to say, I think there's injustices going on right now.
As we speak, brother. And the niggas you be hanging with. So first off, the motivation is to test the software well. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Try and break it if we can in the context of what we're talking about. Let's keep it moving though. And if we miss something, like missing something can't be even a possibility. I
That's yeah.
understand it. I understand it's a real thing. Like I understand maybe legally speaking, you can't say we'll never miss something, but don't ever even introduce the idea that you could miss something,
It shouldn't even
right?
be a possibility.
And then just honestly report what has happened. That's the last straw. That's it. That's it. Just honestly report what has happened. Nigga, when we know, bro, once you start getting DAs involved, attorney generals involved, police forces involved, honestly report what has happened, gang. Honestly,
Honesty is out the fucking door.
because people fail to realize I already got my case against you, and it might be founded in full and total bullshit. Once I get the DNA is just something to bolster my
That's the
bullshit.
nail in the coffin most of the time.
So right. So my thing is, if I got all this full case together and the DNA is the last thing I need, and you telling me the DNA, oh shit, so it was a false positive. Let's just honestly report what has happened, nigga. We don't went too far to
They're gonna
turn back.
execute whoever talking about. Let's just
We don't
honestly
went.
tell them.
We don't went way too far to turn back now, gang. I'm leaving here with a conviction. I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something. Like I don't. Like it ain't no lie, cheat, steal, nigga. Like it's all that.
And
So
it's sad because they just want to get niggas in jail. They don't care about
mhm.
finding the real killer, the real. They just want niggas in jail.
Yeah. Not on the topic list, but side note, you know who doesn't want niggas in jail? Joe Biden. He pardoned a bunch of niggas on death row. Congratulations. I'm about to kick his back in. Give him his claps real quick. Give him his claps real quick. Give him his claps real quick. Come on, come on. I'm gonna kick his back in just a second.
I'm not.
He
I'm not
also
even clapping.
he also commuted the sentences of quite a few people who I think were simply just I don't know.
Uncommutable.
Uncommutable. Yeah, that might be the word I would use. I'm trying to look for the exact names. Trying to look for the exact names.
I know he commuted somebody that I can't remember exactly what they did, but I know that shit was horrendous, and they should not have gotten out of jail. Let me see if I can find who it was.
Yeah, let me see. Now, the one I could think of the instance. I know the instance very well. I just can't. I'm trying to find the person's name because I don't want this person to ever live in anonymity for the rest of their life. I'd love for any time we speak on this person, they need to be named. But it's essentially the Cash for Kids person. I know y'all.
That's who it was. It was the person that was trying to fill private prisons. The judge, they got their sentence commuted. The judge that was literally,
Michael Conahan.
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
he does not need to be. He needs. How do you commute somebody that was ruining the lives of hundreds, maybe thousands of children with a pay incentive to send them to jail?
And the
How
crazy
is that a commutable offense?
there's a lot of issues here, right? I'm even blown that he only got 17 years for this.
Right. How many lives did he ruin? He need
Off the top.
a life sentence for every
Off
life
the,
sentence
yeah,
he
off
gave
the
out.
bat. Like I feel like when you are a judicial official and you freak your own that shit like whatever your sentence is, add double that. Double it. You know I
Hmm.
had to double it. Like give him that nigga two of those. Get that nigga two of those. Oh, if 17 is what y'all decide on, that nigga's getting 34. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I feel like when you are those folks, you should be cooked even worse because they shit. They'll do it to anybody else.
Right.
They'll do it to anybody else. Like if I like listen, I won't say what I do for a living, but all I know is my job comes with a lot. I have access to a lot of what is that called? Personally identifiable information, right? If I were to abuse my privileges at that job, boy, that sentence is finna be extra hard.
You're gone.
There's no way out of this one. Like, I'd be out of here. Meanwhile, 17 years for like literally sending cash for kids. It's pretty straightforward. Cash for kids. Hey, for each one of them little ones you got there, go hard on the little one. He ain't say go easy on the little ones. He say go hard on the little one. For everyone you get in there, I'm gonna throw you something. I know I'm not even gonna look up what the original number was because I know that's gonna make me disgusted. That's gonna make
It
me.
was a lot. I guarantee it was a lot.
It probably wasn't enough. And like again, there is no enough, right? There is no number that is enough for exchanging a child's fucking freedom for a dollar amount. But in that instance, I guarantee you it still ain't enough. But yeah, so yeah, Joe Biden commuted that guy's sentence. So yeah, man.
It's like this nigga he can't do right. He takes two steps forward and one step back. Whenever he does something good, it's always followed up with, "Dog, are you serious?
It's
You didn't even really want to commute all these other people. You did that just as an excuse to commute this
that was
one
covered.
dude."
Yeah, right. I had to find 25 niggas to let free because I knew they was gonna be mad about this one. They ain't gonna be hot about this one.
And that was literally his whole entire term, just doing shit under the guise of, "See, I'm really helping you out," but really, I just wanted to get this shit off over here in secret.
Yeah, now mind you, I'm on the official justice.gov website for his commutations, right? Um, I'm just noticing two random. I don't want to be racist and say they Russian, but these last names look Russian as hell. And if they not Russian as hell, then they like Eastern Europe. They one of y'all niggas over there. They like y'all cousins. Y'all hang out. One of the Slavic countries, maybe. I don't know, but both
Go
of
ahead and
them
say the name.
got their sentences. They got clemency. Excuse me. Um, and they both had massive racketeering, wire fraud, bank fraud, securities fraud, wire fraud, unauthorized access to computers. Damn, that's a charge. Like you ain't even supposed, you ain't even supposed, bro. Get off of that. Like, you don't got no business, but bro, You on Twitter and them niggas on your ass, bro. Don't make me mad, bro. Get off that fucking computer. Nigga, hack into your computer. Get off. But yeah, so that's a little crazy. He commuted 1,500 individuals on the 12th. Damn, he was going crazy. Damn, there's some names on here, boy. I got quite a few names. Anyway, I ain't gonna get too dragged down by that. But yeah. So he also commuted a bunch of people who were on death row. That was cool. Some of them niggas. So how does a commuted sentence work? Like, what do they get out
I think
or?
it depends.
Yeah, like
If somebody's on death row, that usually gets commuted and they just serve out life. If it's something less than life or death row, I'm assuming if it's like a non-violent offense, they just get out.
so it says it reduces
Yeah.
the punishment. But is that like, do they have to go see somebody and then they chat about what the reduction is, or?
So it's kind of like a step down kind of thing. So like it's really up to the person like distributing, I believe. So like a person on death row, if they get their sentence commuted, that doesn't mean they get out. It just means that
They
they're
just
no
not gonna.
longer on death row.
Right. Okay. right. Okay, that makes sense. And I think all the people he commuted were on death row specifically.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
well
looking at
that's
some of their
something.
charges. I'm like, boy.
Nah, niggas on death row are definitely not getting out. It's usually if
Look, there's a
you
couple of these niggas I don't really care too much about, but it's some of them ones I'm like, brother, they have a few different paragraphs in here. Like,
paragraphs.
yeah, like, bro,
Oh
some people
no,
have simply one sentence,
murder.
and some of y'all have paragraphs. Like, this is a opening, closing, in a body paragraph.
Jesus. Yeah, leave them in there.
This nigga did it all. Oh my goodness, this nigga.
I mean,
Boy, this nigga did it all. 2006 Turnpike murder. What?
god damn.
Yeah, but like a pardon is in a commute is different. So like being pardoned is like, okay, you can get out of jail. Being commuted is like you go to like a lesser sentence than what you currently have.
Got you. But when it comes to all of that, like at that level, yeah, simply you get to live the rest of your life in prison. Sorry, guys.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There were a lot of debates around like who he chose to commute versus who he didn't choose to commute, which I felt like it was kind of a catch-22 because
Yeah. So
niggas was saying like, oh, you commuted like all of these people,
big problem. Yeah,
you
hard.
didn't commute like Dylan Roof, and then like my thing is, and they're like, well, he should live out the rest of his days in jail. He shouldn't be afforded the like luxury of death or whatever. Or I don't know if I can say that, but my thing is, if he did commute him, y'all would have been pissed. So it's
Me included.
Yeah.
so it's kind of like you really couldn't win in that situation because I get what people are saying. It's like, oh, he doesn't deserve to be put to death. He needs to like live out his life uh, behind bars like for the rest of his days. And it's like, would you be happy if he was commuted though? Like, does he even?
Yeah, like that sounds good. Like that's one of those things that when you know that's not an option, you say shit like that, like because it's like it make you feel good. Like, nah, he deserved to sit here for 60 more years. It's all right. Let somebody make a big public announcement of, hey, he's not gonna die, y'all. He's gonna die in
Oh yeah,
prison.
people be up in arms
No,
and
buddy.
the people are saying that he needs to live out the rest of his life in jail. They don't even know his situation. He's not a gym pop just getting randomly stabbed up by inmates. So
Literally.
it's not like he's just being tortured every day in jail. He's probably just in there chilling by himself.
And for all the people mad that for some reason, I'm not sure why you'd be mad that he didn't commute the sentence as the Boston Marathon guy, but it's like if you are mad about that, just look at it like this: like Trump could come in office and just decide to let Dylan Roof do what he do. Shit, I mean, hey, that would be dope, right? That's what we getting at. No, I'm sorry,
No,
my
no.
fault. Like, like that's my whole thing with this, where it's like it's funny how like people. Cause let's be real here. Like, then there's the conversation about people with abolitionist beliefs, right? And that always comes up to death sentences, executions, life sentences, all that type of stuff, right? And that's the thing that kills me because it's like you have so many people who are not abolitionists, right? Like the majority of Americans are not abolitionists at all. They're like, lock them niggas up. What his charges is? Damn, keep that nigga in there. Keep his ass on lock. 2 cuffs, 2 sets of handcuffs, nigga. Handcuff his arms twice, nigga, please. But then, like you said, in a situation like this where someone sentenced to death, and I could have given him life in prison instead of death, and there's a critique there, but then there's also a heavy critique of the people who were sentenced to death, who I said just spend the rest of your life. So it's like, like you said, it's a catch-22. There really is no way to genuinely, because all y'all want is carceral solutions. That's like that, ultimately speaking, that's all y'all want is more of those. Y'all just want more levers for the state to pull. And which is why most people support execution. Like, again, I don't support the death penalty at all. I think the death penalty is ridiculous. And niggas like, well, our tax money goes to keeping these people. Our tax money goes there regardless. It don't matter if it's 16 niggas in that prison or 1,600. They're not gonna stop funneling my tax money to a prison, buddy. It's just not gonna happen.
There's nothing we can do about that.
So if they gonna keep paying it, at the best, shit, I don't know, improve the conditions. Let's make it look nice. Fuck it, like, you know, them little.
That's the thing that people either don't understand or they lack empathy and compassion and don't believe in it. But prison is meant to reform people. The punishment is the fact that you're there. You lose access to your freedom. You can't go outside and do what you want.
Yeah, you lose all these privileges that you took for granted, and for
the
sure.
punishment isn't that you're sitting in a hellhole and it's just torturous.
Isn't hell on earth like that?
That's not the punishment is the fact that you're there. The punishment isn't that you step on a nail and get tetanus and then nobody helps you when you die in a cell. That's not what it should be.
Yeah. I mean, the average person spends like 20 years on death row. So it's not even like.
Right. So taxpayer dollars are still going to it.
Yeah, it's like before Dylan Ruth ever gets executed, he will be an old man, most likely.
Yeah, it'll probably be like 43. Like, all right, it's time. Yeah. Niggas woke me up on a random Thursday. All right, let's go again. Today is the day, gang. You said no, but you said it was a line in front of me. The line is gone. It's just you, bro. Come on.
Is the punishment for death row, other than obviously getting executed, is the punishment that you never know when it's going to be, so you just always looking over your shoulder like
some level of advance notice. I don't think it's like a long amount of time.
But yeah, no. Oh no, they get like that's part of the punishment is the dread of like the not knowing. But at the same time, it's like people
for a minute.
Prisoners, like incarcerated folks that are in jail for murder, like want to get on death row. Like a lot of them do things to get on death row. Like it's kind of seen as you get to put into a different population, that sort of thing. But like a lot of murders that happen in prison are attempts to like be put on death row, like for those that are already incarcerated for life.
So interesting. So what's the benefit, I guess, of being on death row in prison versus just being like, say, in a max with life in prison?
I think partially just like it's a different population, and it's not like as like, oh, there's just a bunch of like violent like murderers and things like that on death row. Like a lot of people think it's like less intensive as general population.
It's like, bro, don't come in here with that bullshit. Son. Any one of us could die any day. Like, bro, come on. Like, obviously that could always happen in a prison, but like, no, literally though. Like, we all waiting for.
We're meant to die here.
Like, they are telling us there's a day in the future where I'm gonna boom you. I'm not gonna tell you what day that is, but you just understand you won't die at a natural time. Like, I will interrupt your life at some point in the next 22 years to boom you. So it's like, buddy, we approaching this a little bit differently in here. Like, it ain't the same old. I'm mad too, bro. Give it up. Give it up.
Yeah, and because it's not as big, like there's only like maybe 2,000 people or so on death row. We've only executed maybe like almost like 1,500 like total in general. Like, and because of that, if you were going to be put in that population, it would be much smaller
Oh wow.
and not as controlled of an environment. So like, there's not a lot of guards like breathing down your neck, that sort of thing. Like, and then the sense of finality. Like, a lot of people try to really like get on death row for that reason. It's like an escape from the overcrowding of like general population, the like aggressive like policies, like the I'm sure there's obviously still the same amount of like corruption and stuff like that, but the space being smaller is a benefit.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but that's really sad though.
And I'm looking. There's 4 states with 1 or less people on death row.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so they really just chilling, waiting for the execution date.
Tana has 2.
Mm-hmm.
They just be in there playing chess and cards every day.
New Hampshire has 1 and South Dakota has 1. I know them boys lonely.
Shit, I'd rather be lonely than me and Gin Pop and having all these aggressive niggas around.
Oh my goodness, this guy perpetrated some wildfire. Man, they put you on death row for a wildfire?
I mean, how many people died in the wildfire?
Oh, I shouldn't say the number, but in the
It
fire.
was that many?
It wasn't crazy. It was okay. That sounds crazy. So it's
Okay. Yeah.
It was,
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is gonna sound fucked up, but I'm thinking the same thing you thinking. That's not a lot for a random wildfire.
42 years on death row, bro. Come get me, bro. Are you serious?
Damn.
42 years ago. Wait, hold on. When was this crime even committed?
Did he set the wildfire on purpose or is this manslaughter? Because I feel like 42 years on death row is kind of, if I didn't mean to do it, like, was it arson?
Let me see. I'm looking them up. Hold on, let me see. So these are the old fire wildfires in 2003 in California.
You say that like I know, like that's.
I'm just providing context here. It was one of 15 wildfires in Southern California that month. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
2003, they was getting worked. Let's see. Oh, wait. So I'm trying to figure this out. So he was in a passenger. He's the passenger in a white van, right? At least seen leaving the area when the fire started, and then he was the person seen throwing the lit flare into brush by the side of the road. Now the driver of that van died of a gunshot wound. Died of a gunshot wound 3 years prior. So I guess they essentially said, okay, well, you boomed him, stole his car, and 3 years later used his car to do this. Yeah, we're frying you for everything.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, they cooked his ass. What about this other guy? Oh, okay. I probably figured that. He was scheduled to die in 2010, and then California used. Wait, no. His lawyers appealed and review the case. Hold on. Halted the execution to permit time to review whether new injection procedures address previous objections. They then delayed it because the prison supply of the lethal injection drug expired. Oh, okay. And then the manufacturer said, we'll have it by next year. And that was in 2011. And it's 2023.
Damn, so he still.
Oh, but California has a statewide suspension of the death penalty currently. So.
For how long?
Yeah,
it's 2023. I mean, as of 2023.
Yeah, it's suspended. It's not, but do you know you can so you can choose your method of execution, and
pick something hilarious, can I?
okay, so this is not hilarious, by any means, but the different states have like what their legal methods are. Mississippi, and I don't know what some of the other ones. There's a couple other ones, I think. But you can still get executed by firing squad. I don't know if anybody chooses that.
I would choose that in a heartbeat if I was on death row.
Squad is crazy.
That sounds hilarious.
Firing squad is crazy.
I would do it all old timey too, with a cigarette in my mouth and a
Yeah,
blindfold on.
like y'all gonna have to clean something up around here.
Yeah, like, nah. See, with that injection shit, nah, that's pussy. I need y'all to feel that you killed.
Yeah, yeah, no.
No,
I need
need
to
to know
put some blood on y'all hands. You
Yeah,
gonna need therapy after this one.
I was about to say something crazy. Is there an option for me to be brutally beaten to death by every guard in here? I want all of y'all to have blood on your hands.
I ought to feel it. I don't want the nah. I don't, that injection shit whack. That little flip a switch and I get shocked shit. Nope,
Mm-mm.
nope, nope.
Everybody got to have at least 2 hits on the back of my head.
Oh my god.
No, get in here. Come in. Tell him to come in here and get his.
You got to hit me until blood is drawn. That's when you're done. Then you can swatch out to the next guard.
You get that splatter on your face. That's you can leave. You can leave
Mm-hmm.
after that. But until then, you
Yep.
keep swinging. Like no, everybody gonna get one. Nah, because I look, and that is one thing where it's like that was why they switched. That was literally why they switched because niggas was just getting fried mentally from actually carrying out execution. So they was like, all right, let's try to find more quote unquote humane. Humane for who? The nigga performing it.
Right.
Like, like it wasn't more humane for the nigga it was happening to. Because it's like, oh well, yeah, but with the injection, buddy, with the injection that stops me from breathing and basically chokes me to death from the inside out. You think that's better than just doming me with my back turned? What are you talking about? How could that be more humane? How could
I
that be
mean,
more humane?
to be fair with the firing squad, they not just dome you. They light your body up, and if something go in your head, something go in your head, but they're not aiming for the head.
No, yeah, well, I mean, hey, look, somebody should. Somebody
Yeah,
should.
somebody should indeed. I think I read somewhere that the whole reason they did firing squads is because much like what you just said, where they want to go easy on the person doing the execution, like for their psyche. The reason they have multiple people do the firing squad instead of just one person putting a gun to your back of your head is because
I don't
they
know who.
all get to share the responsibility. It's not just one person killing them.
Yes, yes, yeah, pussy shit.
So
Mm,
even a firing squad is still them taking the bitch way out.
Hmm.
yeah,
That's
well,
why I say I just need to be beat by everybody in here.
no, y'all got to get back to it.
Yeah, and then the gas chamber is such an old ass like. You don't put me in the gas chamber, like
Bro,
what?
I don't
Like
listen. I don't want no form of execution that involves me struggling to breathe. Y'all are nuts.
Yeah.
the gas chamber? Like
Look,
I'm
just
like it's World War II.
I'm like, buddy, put a 4.5 on my heart and pull it. Like it's real simple. Like make this quick. It should be just one.
Yeah. Point blank too. No margin for error.
Yeah, no, I put it on my chest, nigga. I want the muzzle burn. Like, but anywho, that was pretty dark. Let's see where we can go from here. Huh. Y'all looking at the agenda? Anything on here standing out to y'all?
So this Hawk Tuah Rug Pull is killing me. I know this is old news, but
No, it's actually really funny because like her voice when she was defending herself, that was the funniest shit in the world.
Wait, can somebody explain?
So you know the Hawk Tuah spit on that thing, girl, with the
Mm-hmm.
#1 podcast in the nation, only surpassed by Bozo behavior. She made a crypto coin called
Yes.
like Hawk Tuah coin or something, and obviously they rug pulled it. And you know they were confronted by all the people that lost money in a space. I think that's what it's called on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And her and all the people that were like in charge of it were she wasn't really saying anything. I don't know if she really said too much in the whole space. It was mainly the I guess the engineer that set up the coin and like her manager or whatever. But I don't like a few hours in, out of nowhere, she goes in like this cartoonish little she sounded like a cartoon chipmunk or like a Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats. She just goes, uh, sorry to cut you off, Nick, but I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll talk to you guys later. And then just leaves the call.
And then vanished for like a week and a half.
More than that, like 2.5. You are getting fried for FCC regulations and stealing from millions. I don't not she's not stealing millions. She's not stealing from millions of people. She was stealing millions of dollars. And you just say, I'm gonna go to bed like a 12-year-old. And you just disappear from the internet for 2.5 weeks. That's what we doing?
So let me just read some valuable context here. The coin, $ Hawk, of course, was developed by her partners who were running a foundation out of the Cayman Islands.
Oh, okay. Strike one.
So it spiked in value to nearly $500 million market cap. And then it plummeted more than 90% to under 30 million. Uh-huh.
How long did it take for it to plummet? 90%?
Let's see. Within hours.
Within hours.
Niggas ain't even wait a day, bro. Them niggas said, hold on, how long has it been? Bro, it's too much money in here. Come on, we gotta pull this. Pull the rug.
Oh my god.
Nigga was losing. It's not pull the rug, bro. It's 435 million. Bro, we can get to 5. Relax, man.
I just want to know who on her team was like, you know what? Coin. Like, let's do a coin. Like, what? What?
First off, like it's 2024. All the crypto shit and the NFTs, everybody got that shit off in like 2022. Why are
For
you
real.
still coming up with a meme coin in 2024?
Why are you investing in a meme coin in 2024?
Brother, do you want
That's
to
the
invest
thing.
in NFT as well? Like, what are you doing?
That's why I don't even feel sorry. Anybody that
No.
lost money in this, they deserve it. You're an idiot. Anybody that lost money to a meme coin or got rug pulled by a content creator, why would you invest in a content creator coin in
Hawk
2024?
Tuah of all
What does it
people.
even mean? What does it even mean? What does that mean?
Like, these words are not in the Bible.
They're not. They're not in the Torah. They're not in the Quran. There's no religious text.
Hawk Tuah coin investment is not something that should even come out of your mouth.
Like, bro,
Your bank should have flagged that.
Hawk
You need
meme coin. You're not getting it. You don't understand how investment's a word that like it has a suit on. It has a suit and tie on. The word investment. And then meme coin is just a fucking guy, right? It's just some bullshit lazy guy sitting outside the gas station with a Vogue, a Newport. And then you add in Hawk Tuah. What do you think? These are not legitimate people. You are not serious people. You can't be. And the part that kills me is, right, during that space, right, there was these other two guys. I don't know these people. Alex Schultz, who goes by Doc Hollywood online. I think I might have.
Yeah.
And Clinton So, don't know who that is. I'm going to imagine that he's Asian because I'm a little racist, you know. But anywho, she was almost silent for the whole conversation on that space that you were talking about, right? And so Schultz and the other guy repeatedly denied a coordinated pump and dump or a rug pull, as some call it. But the funniest part was, right?
Pump and dump sounds sexual.
A what? Oh, well, I mean, it is, but but yeah. Then the part that was crazy to me was basically just like, do y'all understand that people can track the wallets that like unload these, like, so I can see the timing of when this wallet and that wallet. So it's like if I see that, let's say for example, because most of these coins, people fail to realize like there's like maybe like 7, 8, 9, 10 guys who hold a good 50-60% of the coin, right? Or like a large ass number of it. And so what happens is when nigga, if I see you sell at 456 and then your man sold at 453 and then his man sold at 455, my nigga, y'all are on Discord together. But like, what are we talking about? Y'all are in a call like, look, each minute that go by, one of us gonna sell it. We all gonna get a little bit less, but we gonna pass a little bit more on to the next guy, so that way we all win here. Like, nigga, this is
that's like when me and Kyle be playing spades online, and we be on the phone. We be on the phone. Like,
you run into us on spades, I don't care.
If you run into us on spades on the spades app, run away.
Yeah, bro. Look,
Spades.
yeah, yo,
Hope we are not partners on that big.
bro. Because I promise you, I'm pulling the rug, brother. This is a coordinated pump and dump scheme.
This is a coordinate.
This is
It's
yeah,
not
but
even a game anymore. Like y'all are a part of an evil ploy.
But that's what
Like
this is. But that's what it like. Now imagine, right? What we just explained with spades, right? Now imagine investing in that. What are we doing? Why are you investing in it? They're not savory people. They're telling you
no.
as soon as off the top. Like, hey, look, we might play the game the wrong way, but we'll make you some money. Will you make me some money? Are you sure?
And it's like truly just a testament to like white mediocrity and the
Oh my fucking.
way that it gets y'all in trouble because you really think that her branding is so confusing to me.
It's the
Like,
most. I don't
why does she have like a animal rights organization? I don't know. Why?
That's true.
Yeah,
Or
like she has
a
like
nonprofit for community gardens, and you're like, Shorty, what's going on?
like
Like,
her branding is all over the place, but it really is just kind of like that shouldn't get you in trouble because no, like this unassuming silly white girl is not
humans
going
and
to
no
take
chicken.
advantage of me. She would never do such a thing. And the truth is, like, she's probably not even smart enough to, but
But her team is.
that doesn't mean that, yeah, that her team is not. And you are dumb enough to invest in a meme coin with no real, like, mission or purpose and think you're going to actually get paid off of that.
And funny enough, like the only way you could get paid is if you are understanding that this is a pump and dump and you operate under the pretenses that this is a pump and dump and you'll be part of the dump. Like that's it.
Yeah.
That's literally no
Yeah,
one's doing that. That's not what people do when they invest in Dude coin and they invest in they don't like niggas are just throwing $50 at the wall hoping if I hold on to this, one day I'll open my app and it'll be 14 bands in my account. That's never gonna happen because
literally.
if that money goes up 100%, they're pulling everything.
The only way to make money off of these rug pools is to be in on the ground floor and already have
Mhm.
capital in that coin before it hits the market. You need to
And
already
the
have
days for that are so long gone. Like if you
Yeah.
didn't get in 2021, 2020,
And
that
that was
doesn't
all big
happen
money
anymore.
in corporate interests. Like it's people who
Like,
have big money backing. Like I'm gonna pump this coin with 50 million off the top. Now I'm risking
mhm.
50 million of my own money, but buddy, when it goes up to 500 million, and then we all dump, and then I end up coming out of this with 110, buddy, in hours. Did you hear me, nigga? There ain't a parlay alive that fucks with what I got going on right here, bro.
Literally, like the days of taking advantage of corporate oversights as it relates to these stocks and like coins and stuff like that is long gone. Like people cannot accept like you miss the GameStop train, you miss the AMC train. Like you're not. They're paying attention to that now. Like that's not happening again.
They let that slide a few times, and then they simply just started halting stocks. And I was sitting there thinking, like, wait, maybe I'm green. They could just halt a stock because there's unusual trading activity in a stock. Like you could just say it's too many niggas buying a stock right now, and that's mad suspicious because nobody ever wanted to buy this stock before today. So we gonna stop y'all from copping it? That's weird as fuck. Like once I seen that, I said, oh, okay. So they make it clear to you where your power is, and they make it clear to you where their power is. Because once they see that move, oh shit, y'all banding together, 100,000 deep, and saying, look, if we all dump our money in GameStop, that shit gonna go up, da da da. And it's a whole bunch of niggas sitting on the other side, hoping it, praying on GameStop's demise. So mind you, we don't even
Mhm.
gotta care about GameStop. We just, yeah, buddy, okay, I'm gonna let y'all get that off one time because I didn't see that coming. After this,
Yeah, and it was
as long
only because of like a Reddit thread that went around, telling people to pay attention to that. And
that's how I
with
made
the
the bread.
internet,
I
yeah,
made three
no,
bands
literally,
on GameStop, literally on blind
my
faith.
mom made money off of GameStop, off of AMC. But the problem is like the barrier to access is the only way that any of this stuff works because capitalism is so fickle. There was a time where you could only pay attention to stocks in the newspaper, and we know who the people were that were doing that. And now that like the average person can get on YouTube and learn a little bit about building their portfolio and trading. That stuff is a lot more difficult to like actually get some paid from. It's not the same. There was a time when sports betting was not as like widely utilized, and that shit is harder now. And it's the barrier to access is the only thing that like fuels capitalism. Once everybody can do something or can learn about something, and there's a lot more services that um increase your knowledge around those things, it starts getting harder by design.
Hmm. Yeah.
Shitty
So,
world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm glad when we were talking about Haley Welch, more famously known as the spit on that thing girl. Um, I'm glad that you mentioned white mediocrity because that transitions perfectly into a conversation about white mediocrity the whole world's been having, or at least the MAGA world has been having, which unfortunately is half our country. But that's not the point, right? So white mediocrity has been a very big piece of this argument, right? Because this week, right, Trump made a bunch of staffing announcements in like
Mm-hmm.
positions like people don't really give a fuck about, right? Like when I start talking about like secretary of like the technological tech sphere or some shit, like when I just start saying shit like that and y'all act like y'all care about it's like don't ever pretend this is like suddenly when there's a trans swimmer now y'all care about women's collegiate swimming. Y'all don't
Right, y'all
piss me off.
never gave a
Y'all have
damn.
never in y'all life cared about women's collegiate swimming. Y'all do not care about male equestrian sports. You don't, right? So this guy, oh boy, that's an Indian name. Can't pronounce it, right? The Indian guy, high profile tech entrepreneur, who's worked at Microsoft, Facebook, and Twitter, right? He
Oh, is
wants
this
to.
the dude that was going off and
Oh, this wasn't the dude who was going off. That's another guy who we'll get to.
okay.
That is another guy we will get to. Promise you that because he went crazy.
He lost his shit. I
He
was
went
loving
crazy.
it.
Yeah, yeah. But of course, as you can imagine, right? He was named to some position. I don't even know what the position was, and I don't care enough to look it up because it literally won't matter because the response was simply just racism.
Hmm.
A whole bunch of MAGA niggas was basically just like, there's something about this dude, and then they started with that, and then some of them was like, nah, I'm tired of us pussy fun. Let's just call it what it is. He Indian, like let's call it what it is, bro. Like
Jesus
I'm not,
Christ.
no, I'm not, no, I'm not about to sit up here and pretend it's about you don't fit our culture. I'm not using buzzwords, bro. He not one of us. So like, let's make it simple. Like, let's make it plain. So they trashed him, shitted on him, pointed out that he was born in India, pointed out that he had made previous comments about advocating for more green cards, right? Whole lot of racist, anti-immigrant shit on foreign
Hmm.
workers, Indians, all of that, right? Um, so what ended up happening here, right, is that was that whole thing that went off. Now a whole bunch of, and I saw a few of these guys first, a bunch of prominent Indians, whether they're doctors, whether they came out and pretty much started cooking, right? They was like, hey, hold on. The CEO of this company is Indian. The CEO of that company is even Indian. The CEO of this company is Indian. The CEO of that company is like, y'all can say what y'all want, but I don't know. Like the stats kind of show we got this
We
shit on
beating
lock.
y'all out.
We be whooping shit. Like I don't know. We whooping feet. I couldn't tell you what it is. Um, and I was screaming because I was like, "Ooh, they finna get mad. They gonna get even more mad," which they did. And then their daddy came out and said something, and then this is where it really went left because then Elon Musk came out and defended the visa program, like the H1B visas,
Hmm.
right? Um, and Elon Musk, like he put his foot in it, and then next dude after him, Vivek Ramaswamy, uh, that nigga stuck he jumped, he dove in it. He just dove in it, legs out, like he did the Doctor Doom foot dive straight into it. Elon Musk pretty much just said like there aren't a lot of quote super motivated and super talented engineers in the U.S. right,
Hmm.
and so people obviously were pissed about that. Like, well, what you mean? What you
What
mean?
you
What
talking
you mean?
about? I think my
Um,
favorite part, well, I mean, all of this is my favorite part. I love seeing these niggas go to war against each other. But I saw one dude saying that his son was in college and he was a white engineer and all his friends were white engineers and they were applying for jobs, but nobody was hiring them. And Elon, just for talking back to him and daring to go against what he
oh
was
yeah,
saying,
cooked his
he
account. Yeah.
banned him.
That shit was
that
so funny because he was like,
Elon is so petty and vain, man. Like I hate this motherfucker
like, yeah,
so
but we're
much,
white
yo.
guys, and it's hard for us to compete against these Indian dudes because everyone just feels like Indians are better. Nigga, shut up. Fuck is he talking about? Shut up, nigga. Ban him, bro. Stop fucking. When streamers be like, yo, get this nigga the fuck out of my chat, yo. Mods, get this nigga out.
Mods,
Yo, mods.
mods, execute him.
Guard, seize him. So, like, but so that Elon said that, right? Ruffle some feathers, but boy, did Vivek decide he's gonna take it a step further. This nigga wrote a collegiate essay. I will give you the share link if you want to read along. I'm not gonna read the whole thing.
It was long.
It was very long.
It was some scrolls.
Nigga, it was a read more. Once I saw that, I said, "Oh shit, this nigga, he sick as hell." But long story short, right? Pretty much he said a lot of reasons why these tech companies hire foreign and first generation engineers over Native Americans, not to be
Yeah.
confused with Native Americans, is culture. That's what he said first, right? He said, we got to confront the truth. American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long. That doesn't start in college; it start young. This is what he's saying, right?
And I'm not gonna hold you. He's kind of cooking when
No,
he
he's
started.
right. His examples are wrong. Like,
I was just about to say he's cooking, but he's doing it for the wrong reason. When he says the culture venerates mediocrity, he's literally talking about white mediocrity. But he's not talking about it. But that's what it is, literally. Like he's not even dancing around it because he doesn't even realize the point that he's trying to make. Because he's trying to make another point, but in the process, he's vindicating everybody that talks about white mediocrity. So when he says there's a culture of mediocrity, he's absolutely right. But he still gives these dumbass examples about the prom queen and all this type of shit.
Because then he talks about, we celebrate the prom queen and not the math Olympiad champ. Fuck that little nigga,
bro. What a nerd. Get in the locker.
Hold up. Like, or the jock over the valedictorian. And that doesn't, a culture that does that doesn't produce the best engineers. Right, so then he talks about Corey from Boy Meets World and fucking Screech from Saved by the Bell. Boy, shut your ass up! I don't care.
Brother.
He starts talking about Whiplash and versus Friends. I don't even know what Whiplash is. That's not, if you saying more movies like that and fewer reruns of Friends, like that's shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
Yeah, literally.
More movies like Whiplash.
Like, first off, fewer sleepovers. They not doing them no more, gang. Sleepover. Hey, you ain't missed a memo, nigga. We done with sleepovers. We leaving that shit.
Also, more movies like, okay, you know what? And I was gonna say something, and I was like, I don't know if that's gonna be a little unpopular opinion, but
oh god, I hate that movie.
What using Whiplash as an example, it really like elucidates just the point of how a lot of the reason why people in certain cultures,
I'm not gonna say which race.
I'm not gonna say which race, but a lot of that is like founded on like essentially like abusing your children. And Whiplash is a lot about like somebody being like verbally abused and therefore like pushed into excellence at the sacrifice of himself. Like he literally gets into a car crash to make a recital and like shows up bloody and he plays the drums until his knuckles bleed. And I don't think that that's the type of messaging that like creates
great engineers.
And, really? Or I mean, it might create great engineers, but I mean, no, it definitely does create people who put industry over themselves. And as we are
the
like
people that they want, because they want to be able to shit on people like that and have them put their career over everything else.
Yeah, and it's like it serves the capitalist machine, and it's like it's not a good thing that your dad beat you because you got an A- and not an A+.
And the fact that he even brought up Whiplash tells me everything I need to know about
everything I need to know. Exactly.
Because I'm not letting no nigga talk to me like that. And you want bosses to be able to talk to their employees like that?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of your fucking mind.
Hmm. But you know what's funny? I'm glad you brought up the part about serving capitalism and whiplash being like it create, because it's two sides of the same coin, right? Because for all you can say fewer reruns of Friends. Well, let's stay right there. Why are there so many reruns of Friends? Because from a capitalist perspective, baby, this shit does numbers every time I put it on. They love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing is there's two sides of that, right? There's the part of the people who create the capital or help create the capital for the rest of us to consume. And then there's the consumer. So really, you're really just making the argument of we need less consumers and more creators who are still going to, let us rule them. They're going to be under our thumb regardless. But at the very least, they're more willing to give their life to work as opposed to giving their life to mindless, numbing shit that our work creates.
Yep.
And so he keeps going, right? And he talks about normalcy in a hyper competitive global market. This can be our Sputnik moment. I don't.
Oh, brother.
But funny enough, like I said, like he was so close. But mind you, this statement will still piss people the fuck off regardless. Because the first thing that blew mine, and I said this to Ray when I was talking about the other day. I said right after he said we got to confront the truth, right? He says our American. Stop right there. Stop right there, buddy. You fell for the gimmick. You fell for the trick. You fell for the trap. Say the first three words of that sentence again. Our American culture. Say just the second one. American. Say just the first one. Our.
Buddy, you're not on the team. I don't know how to tell you this.
He not like us. Like, you are my brother in Christ. Your name is Vivek Ramaswamy. Ramaswamy. Like, there's no way around. You're not getting out of this one, buddy. Like, you're not us when they talk about us. Like,
Yeah.
buddy.
I don't understand how he doesn't understand this yet, especially after Ann Coulter told him to his face, nigga, you're a sand nigga or Indian nigga. You're not one of us. You might as well be black. I would never vote for you.
I mean, basically.
She said, if your name was Travion, I wouldn't bat an eye. It'd be the
Yeah,
same.
because it's like that's literally the whole thing. I mean, it's not even to say like we're saying that you're not part of American culture. You're on the team that consistently reiterates that you are not on the same team. So, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. You are not the target audience when they're talking about maintaining and protecting American culture. So you do all this lip service about what needs to be like, you know what I mean? It's going to look like an outsider saying what we need to do. And even if it's something that like I feel like they would agree with, they don't want to hear that from you.
Right. No,
and they definitely don't want to hear you placing your actual culture in a higher regard than the culture here.
Team just so I don't accept it. But you can't play both sides. You can't have both.
But that's exactly like that. That's why they're gonna trip and follow themselves every time, because they want to like have their cake and eat it too, as it relates to that.
You want to still be a
And you
proud
just
Indian
can't.
man who knows how good y'all are with what y'all can do, but also at the same time, I'm for America. America first. No, Mr. Ramaswamy, that doesn't work that way.
And the other thing too is like it's interesting how like culturally you would consider Indian culture or like another Asian culture as being like intellectually superior due to like work ethic, but you wouldn't say that same thing about a Mexican culture or a Guatemalan culture, that because their labor is not primarily intellectual, it's not seen as they're not hard workers in the same way, even though like they also know what it means to do hard work, and that's a prime like tenet of their culture as well. It's like you don't apply that same logic.
They sure don't. And again,
You don't think that like the sacrifices that a migrant would make to come to America and the amount of like willpower that takes, and being in a country that like does not respect or want them, you don't consider that to be like a testament to like cultural willpower or anything like that.
You know, I think it is, other than just blatant racism and classism and xenophobia, I think it's just cultural conditioning. They see the positions that different races have, and they just kind of, in their own head, say, oh, Asians and Indians are smart because they're doctors and engineers. Mexicans, any
Yeah,
other
that's where
person
a
of
lot of
color,
hypocritically come
Haitians,
from.
laborers, oh, they're not as smart. It's literally and it's the fault of their own because they're so dumb and see things so linear that they create these own stereotypings and job typings in their own head. And it's permeated so far into the culture of America that now white people that already believe this are getting shot in their own foot because of the things that they believed.
Mm,
Now it's coming out that they want to hire more Indian foreign people for these jobs and that white people can't get these jobs. But
mm.
y'all been believing that Indians were suited for, being engineers for
Right, like that.
however many
Like
years now.
y'all spend so much time. Like to me, it's. I don't want to give it to those people, but I'll say it. I'll say it. It's the same thing with Jewish folks. You relegated them to specific industries because you ain't want them in your house. You ain't want them around. Like you didn't want them in places to where you could see them, feel them, touch them, and they could be around your belongings. And no, I want you to have a position to where maybe I come to you once a week. I do some paperwork and I get out your office. Like I want something quick, nondescript, sanitized. I don't really want to deal with y'all.
Hmm.
Well, then what then happens when generation after generation after generation of Jewish folks get into that role, and then now you. So again, it's the same thing with black folks in sports. Well, don't complain that the NBA is all black now, buddy. Oh no, 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 no. Now, granted, they changing that a little bit. Them Jadens is fucking the formula up. But NFL is still the same, right? Like, so it's like don't complain that there's all these black folks playing in the NFL. Oh, why is it when it's like, well, no, you said rap or sports. And niggas took that to heart. They said, okay,
Yeah.
well then rap or sports. Shit. All right. And then now when rap is the biggest songs in the world, rap is the biggest genre in the world now. Oh, oh, we gotta hear this all the time. Well, buddy, maybe you could hear black classical music if you weren't fucking racist.
Yeah.
Maybe you could hear it.
Yeah.
Maybe you could hear black niggas make jazz. Maybe you could hear black metal music. You could hear black country music. Hell, you could hear Shabuzi. Maybe he got some respect at the Country Music Awards, but no, no, still can't do that. Hell, maybe you'd
Yeah.
hear Beyonce do country, and it would inspire a bunch of other black women,
And
black
it
female
still
artists.
just doesn't account for the fact that like in my work, I have not personally treated um many individuals like that are Asian, so like Indian or like East Asian folks.
Mhm.
But the ones that I have um tend to present with addictions due to the amount of pressure that gets placed on them
Mhm.
to be intellectually superior and to fit into these boxes that many have been relegated to because they're not seen as having inherent worth or value aside from what they can provide intellectually. And it's never in a front facing role. It's always like the person behind the scenes, like making things run, and they get treated that way. And so to think that like there's not um, just inherent issues because you don't care about like the mental health or the well being
You don't even see these
of
people as people. What
the
mental
folks in
health?
your community. Yeah, it's like I don't see you as people. And so it's like he's really advocating to continue treating other Indian folks like robots that just like compute
Just more
numbers.
Indian robots. That's all. Just more Indian robots. That's all. And so, but it's been really funny to watch this whole thing go down. To watch these
Mhm.
people who with I can't say good intentions. That's not what I'm saying. But people who understand the base logic of the system that already exists, right? Which is that
Mhm.
look around this country. What is every single company and corporation in this country investing in right now in 2024?
AI.
It's AI, right? AI requires what? A lot of data scientists, data engineers, database administrators, cloud guys, you name it, right? SQL, Python, R, all of that stuff, right? Back to where we start. The way our system works now, who's filling those roles? Now we know that. So explain to me then, given just the basic tenets of math, a higher need for those positions. These positions are typically staffed by these people, and you want to cut H1B visas? Like fundamentally, something's wrong with the logic here. Like regardless of whether you
They
want to address that we're racist or not, or whether I don't care how racist you actually are. Can we
they don't
actually be
care.
honest for a second?
They
Like,
don't they don't give a shit. So they never even considered that all the people in these positions, all the Indian people that are in these positions, they never cared about it before until now when it's affecting them. And now that Elon came out and said, "Oh, I want more H1B um, visas to come in," now everybody's up and I was like, "Oh wait, hold on. What about the white people that need these jobs? Y'all never cared about that
oh,
before."
the ones you still weren't hiring any fucking way. Like what?
Exactly.
Keep it a bean. Like keep it a bean.
They literally never gave a damn until now.
Yeah, and to me, on top of not giving a damn, and like in general about where people were, it's this weird dichotomy where Trump speaks to like the lowest man on the totem pole. Meanwhile, all the niggas with their hands in Trump pocket are just like, nigga, no. Like because literally, mind you, you can't go to a single tech company that's going to agree with this nigga stance. Not
Mm-mm.
one. Every
In
single one of them.
2016, Trump said he wanted to get rid of this exact visa.
And then I remember during the pandemic, he suspended it for a little bit, and then they got on his ass. Hey, put that shit back on. Let's go. Like, what are we doing? We shut shit down for like 6 months, 7 months. Cool. Let's get back to it, man. Like, fuck all that. Like, so that's the part that I think I find so fascinating, where it's like Trump will just appeal to the base level racism of people, and these other people who are also still racist, by the way. Don't
But
pretend like
also want money.
right, but want more money more than they want to be like, buddy. I understand the need for these Indians that I'm gonna treat like shit in my office. I understand the need for them.
And it's all a part of this capitalist society because the reason they specifically want these specific visas is so these people could come in, get paid a lot
And
less,
work and
and get
provide service.
demeaned.
Yeah, provide.
Exactly. And they could treat them like shit, and there's nothing they could do about it.
That's all
Mm-hmm.
I want you for. I don't want like, and again, but that's the sick part. Going back to what Raevin was saying, we talk about skilled labor versus non-skilled, and intelligent labor versus menial labor. Because it's like, again, I work at a job where I deal with a lot of Haitians, a ton of Haitian folks, right? And many of them are CNAs, HMAs or HLAs, ALAs, CMAs. The list goes on. Just some sort of aid, medical aid, hospital aid in one way or another, right? And so it goes back to the same thing. As much as y'all denigrate Haitian folks who are immigrants, and like you said, they venerate the Indian immigrants and the Asian immigrants. What do your hospitals look like without CNAs? What do your hospitals look like without CMAs? What do your assisted living facilities look like without ALAs? Nigga, they
Talk
don't
about it.
run. They don't work.
Mhm.
So it's like that's the part that I always, and again, obviously I'm not expecting, the people Trump's talking to ever understand that. But I would expect people who make money off of all this whole big pie here to just be like, hey, listen, I could be as hateful or spiteful or as racist as I want, but I still understand the need. I'm never dumb enough to not understand, hey, you guys can serve my system and I can grind your bodies up for for oil that'll keep the cogs spinning. I'm never gonna like I'm not turning down a meal because I'm racist. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I can feed off of you, I'm gonna feed off of you. And so that's the part where I just think like these people who are capitalists, they're entrepreneurs, they're this, or that, and they're getting introduced into this MAGA shit, and they really think it's still about policy. They really think it's still about economic growth and about all these stupid ass, fake ass terms that Republicans kind of sort of lived by for years, and then now the mask is off, nigga. We're really just fucking racist. Like we're really just ist. Put an ist after
Yeah.
whatever, nigga. Like, and that's really what this party is about. That's what this party has embraced. That's what the leader of this party is embracing. That's what the ground floor of this party is cheering for. You can have all the niggas
Yeah.
in the middle, but the top and the bottoms are in unison.
Yeah, and it just needs to be more protections just around like people that are on these visas like not being taken advantage of because truthfully speaking, contrary to what Ramaswamy is saying, I still believe that it's a minority of and this is Asian folks in general, because even though that they are constantly like, oh, model minority, like just supreme intelligence and like this is like what everybody in the country does. That clearly isn't the case because when I call AT&T, I am talking to a person who is likely Indian or Asian, and they're not getting paid like they work at some like tech company. They're
Mm-hmm.
getting a customer service wage that is significantly less than what they would get in America because they're outsourcing. The fast fashion industry, many of the people that are making these
Outsourcing to Asian.
clothes are outsourcing to Asian women. And so if everyone in the countries, in Asian countries, were, all just working tech jobs, then why do we have so many people essentially working like slave jobs? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, India is like a tech breeding ground. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of, like,
Yeah, there's
obviously
also
a
like
lot of,
1 million people there, buddy. You mean to
there's like
tell
a
me
million
if you
people
let
there.
2,500 into America, that means nigga, what is 2,500 of a
Like,
million?
the 20-year-old men that happen to be good at computer science and data analysis and engineering, they can make a life for themselves. There are still elderly people and young people and intellectually disabled people and people who just didn't have enough money to go to school or couldn't go to school or whatever the case may be, couldn't get a scholarship, whatever the case may be, that still live there. And like he is not shedding any light on those people, but yet wants to try to compare like, oh, the culture is just different and we're thinkers and like the nerds get lauded for it. Like please,
But you
please,
know what's
please.
hilarious even about that? As soon as he says that, guess what? The racist white folks make sure that they understand the duality of you real quick.
Mhm.
They'll be the first ones to remind you, oh, okay, hold on. Let me just show you the guy selling food on the side of the street in India real quick. Hold on. Watch this
Oh
video.
yeah, them
No, no,
replies
no,
were
no, 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 no.
filled with
Don't trip.
Indian
Don't
street
trip.
food videos. Like
Yeah, don't trip, bro.
Yeah,
I
they
know
just
a
had it
guy
on the
who
back
makes
burner waiting.
I know a guy who
they
makes
could not wait.
on the side of the street like nobody else in the city. Watch this vid. Watch this vid. No gloves, mind you.
No gloves, armpit sweat in it, feet everywhere.
Look, did you see the drop of sweat in the drink? That's gonna add a little bit of electrolytes to your shit.
Like they literally could not wait to do
Yeah,
that.
they couldn't
But
wait.
honestly, you know, again, if maybe he's been somehow turning a blind eye to just like
Mhm.
the Orientalist, like xenophobia, all that stuff.
That model minority shit is
Um,
not always a gift.
no, it's not. It's actually a detriment
Yeah,
because
there are
not everybody
smart for
fits
a
into
reason.
that box. Not everybody
Even
fits
the
into
guys who
that
fit into that
box.
box have to fit into the box and continue to fit into the box. And like you said, even if I'm accomplishing my goals and I am the guy that they say I am, I still have to be better. I still have to be greater. I have to be smarter. I have to be because there's always like it's like, well, if I'm supposed to be the Asian dude who does engineering, then when I get into a meeting and that white boy gets one idea for the first time in weeks, it's still a thing. Everyone's still,
Hmm.
oh wow, oh shit. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. That boy Kim usually be on it, but I mean, I guess he lacking right now. And it's like, damn, I can't lose one. I gotta go back to back to back every time. Okay, like you said, that creates just so it's unrealistic no matter who you are. Even if you're the best, you could be the goat, then be the goat plus one, nigga. You want me to be whatever Jordan did, do one more in those and everything. I don't care. Do it. I want to see it. Like, and it's like, bro, this isn't good enough. No, it's never gonna be good
Mm-mm.
enough. That's the problem with the model minority myth is that nigga, you
Hmm.
need the mod, which means because here's my thing. Even if you're good enough at your job, don't get on Twitter and say something. Right, like
Yeah.
perfect thing example is Vivek Ramaswamy, right? He's went to all these high schools, made all this money, did all this stuff, made good money, made a great life for himself, right? And then you get on Twitter and say this, and you're immediately reminded of who and what you are. The instant
Hmm.
you get on there and say that, it don't matter. Any one of you will get humbled because you're a model minority as long as you model the obedience that I love from my minorities. I love when minorities are meek, mild, humble, obedient. Keep that shit on the low. Don't ever get up here and tell me. Let me tell y'all something about y'all culture. We really them niggas, and y'all niggas is lazy for real, for real. What?
And you know who's been like really eerily quiet and like not even as it relates to this issue, but just in general?
JD Vance's Indian wife.
That part. But
She's
like,
been
no,
quiet this
literally.
whole election
I
cycle.
have not heard a fucking thing from this nigga. Like, is he still alive?
Oh, who you talking about?
JD Vance.
JD,
Oh, JD Vance, actually. Oh, whoa, yeah, no, literally, I literally forgot about him.
like, I forgot. I wanted to think of his name for a second. I'm glad you said it.
Apparently, he baked family biscuits on Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. But yeah, I saw
Elon Musk is the vice president.
truly right. JD Vance, go. Just get out of here before you piss me off.
Skedaddle.
Bro, I don't even got a command for you. Just go, man. Just go.
What I want to know is if anything is actually going to come of this, or like, will the rabid hive mind just forget about it in 2 weeks, or are they really going to keep pressing this issue?
No,
And it's going to be MAGA against Elon.
My only thing is, I think they will.
They on his head right now, though.
They will. Well, now, and Elon also doubled down. I see him basically say something basically about like, because there are a bunch of accounts that were critiquing Elon's critique, or basically critiquing his stance on H1B visas, and lo and behold, magically, many of those accounts started to see
Disappeared.
that they were getting,
Well, yeah, he suspended a lot of the major like MAGA accounts, and who's that one lady?
Laura
Um,
Loomer.
Laura Loomer. He suspended her account. Then he took away her verification and all of her subscribers, so she's no longer like making money on the platform.
It's crazy that he could just like I don't like any of these people. Fuck all of them. But it's crazy
But
that he
he's
can
just such
really
a
just
pit bull.
take away when he doesn't like somebody. He could just either get rid of your account or just take away your ability to make money on the platform.
Yeah.
That
Be
sounds
quiet.
like it should be illegal or something. He can't just wave his hand and poof. You can't even buy a blue check mark anymore. He took away her ability to buy a blue check mark in the future.
He said, that's enough of that.
You're not going to disagree with me on
All
my
right, all
platform.
right. No more, no more.
He tweeted, I think either today or yesterday, he was like, I get talked about so bad on this platform. That was the funniest.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god,
was.
what a bitch.
I was just looking into JD Vance's wife, and her family background. Boy, are these some mono minorities. But yeah, no. So he was on the app. He was on the app. I wouldn't say crashing out, but he was on the app getting real fucking mad. Like he was basically just like, "Yo, look, man. I said what the fuck I said. I run a business, dickhead, and my business needs those niggas. So I literally I don't care what y'all talking about. One and two, I'm muting niggas or banning them. They keep fucking talking. And three, some of you niggas aren't getting muted and banned. Y'all are just ass, and your content's always been ass, and no one's checking for your shit because you're whack as fuck. So please don't think I'm muting everybody. I'm not that tender, nigga. I'm only muting like 7 or 6 niggas. It's 30 niggas talking about some, yo, he banned me. He did. Your shit sucks. No one is interacting with it. I didn't ban you. Your shit getting 8 likes because your post from 4 months ago got 12 likes. Nigga, your shit is whack.
That shit is also funny to me that a lot of these MAGA people that bought blue check marks have like under 1,000 followers and get like no interactions. You're
Mm-hmm.
paying however much it is a month. I guess trying to make ad revenue, but you're getting 12 impressions on a post.
Buddy, you're
Like
paying.
you guys are losers.
Yeah. uh-uh. Well, I guess while we on politics, we could stay here for a little bit. Because again, while we were talking about the hypocrisy and all that shit that is, that between the MAGA and some of these tech niggas and all of that, there was another thing where Trump was basically saying he wanted to raise the debt ceiling, right? So the debt ceiling, I'm not gonna get into the specifics of this mythical fucking ceiling. But the debt ceiling is essentially if we get too much debt, like basically it's the most debt we can incur without it being fucking wildly dangerous to incur that much debt or something. Which I mean, I don't know, whatever y'all talking about. That's all made up shit to me, but cool. So long story short, the debt ceiling exists at what it's at. We're either slowly approaching it or we are where we are. And Trump pretty much just came out very clear and made it pretty clear, like, hey, look, buddy, I got some money to spend. I got some money. It's this this little 200 billion in my pocket burning a hole, gang. I gotta get rid of this shit. I gotta get rid of this. So y'all gotta raise that ceiling or something because I'm planning on dumping the clip. Which is funny
Mm-hmm.
because one of the first things he came in said he was gonna do was cut spending. But again, you don't gotta be that bright to read between the lines. He's lying and also telling the truth at the same
You see
time,
the
right?
picture I added to the chat?
Mm-hmm. Fell for it again,
Fell
war.
for it again.
Fell for it again, war. But he's lying and telling the truth at the same time, right? Because he's telling the truth about the fact that, hey, look, I need a higher debt ceiling because I'm planning on spending hella bread. Facts, right? And he wasn't lying about I'm cutting spending because we spending too much money on all these bullshit programs. I mean, he was lying about like the underlying shit about that, but he wasn't lying about wanting to do something about that. The part that he's not mentioning to you is that if I cut all the spending from these social services programs, right, SNAP, food stamps, and all these other things, right, and I scrounge up all of that little shit and get my little $2 trillion or I don't know, 800 billion. I don't know what number is even realistic for all that shit. Scrape all that money up, right? Why do I need a higher debt ceiling if I'm going to create all that money?
Mm.
I'm leaving here because I'm finna spend something crazy. I'm finna spend something crazy. And the crazy thing he's finna spend is tax cuts. He's finna cut the taxes for rich niggas specifically. And that's gonna cost hella money. And he already did the math, and he like, all right, well, look, we need to free up $1 trillion and raise the ceiling because the tax cuts are just unpayable. They're not. You cannot pay for the tax cuts because I'm finna cut them bitches like a motherfucker.
What pissed
So
me off is he just did this.
just did this, by the way. And worst part was he did this and then set it up to where it looked like Joe Biden was the reason our taxes were
Yeah,
going
I
up.
can't tell you how many times I've seen
It's
niggas
so
saying they
crazy.
taxes.
It's so
Like, you
crazy.
niggas have no idea how politics
Listen,
works.
Trump's an actual idiot, but the nigga on his team coming up drafting this policy, boy, that nigga is a sniper.
Yeah,
Whoever
for
it is
anybody
making
that
the
don't
policy
know,
is
when
sniper.
Trump was in office, he enacted policies that lowered taxes for the top 1%, raised taxes for the middle class, but he did
Yeah.
it so that it wasn't enacted until
Yeah,
2024.
and it lowered.
So,
It did lower taxes for 1 year.
momentarily.
For like 1 year for broke niggas. Like I think it was either one or two. I think after 2 years it was like barely ever so slightly up or something. And then
Hmm.
after that it was all going up. Then of course I'm out of office and guess who's in office, nigga? Like I'm like,
Sleepy
oh,
Joe.
like
Sleepy Joe
bro,
raised taxes. He's a
like bro,
crook.
we need. He's a crook. Sleepy Joe, he's taking your money. He's falling asleep with your money in his hand. They can steal it from him after he steals it from you.
They call him Scrooge McDuck. He's taking giant leaps into a pool of your money. Sleepy Joe.
Like, yeah, but this is the part that killed me where I'm just like, bro, this nigga be saying what he finna do to y'all out loud, and it's just like y'all are so dumb and that y'all really can't smell it, like, and hear it, like, cause he's saying it to you. Why would I need to
Yeah.
raise the debt ceiling if I got the office of Doge that's gonna fuck around and find a trillion gazillion gwillion dollars in the American economy? Well, if we're gonna do that, and then he gonna furlough all them federal employees, like think about all the money you
Hmm.
are floating in my face that like you can free up. If you're gonna get rid of 80% of federal employees, that's a lot of fucking money. First off, if you're gonna start cutting social service programs, that's a lot of fucking money. Second off, and then if you're gonna start, what was that last shit I said right before these two? Damn, what was that thing? There's one more. Anyway, you finding all these ways to
Well,
cut,
oh,
but he
he was
created more.
cutting taxes for the rich, so they weren't paying.
Right, yeah. So those ain't
Yeah,
gonna be paid. Those ain't gonna be paid. So it's like at this point, hey, look, man, y'all be easy. Like I need that debt limit raised because I'm planning on leaving office with a bang, nigga. I'm gonna cut taxes to 1% for rich niggas and just ride off into the
1%.
sunset.
Uh,
He said, "Fuck it, rich niggas don't even gotta pay taxes. Actually, broke niggas pay double taxes. Pussy, you're broke. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. Oh, you make 52,000 a year? Yeah, I want 70% of your check. How about that? How about that? That's cruel, right? Yeah, give me that. He said, but if you make 100,000, I only want 10.
I'm trying to get to that 100,000 mark as soon as possible, man, because it's about to get
Not as
bad
soon
out
as
here.
possible. He said, I just need that mark to where
I'm
like,
close. I
to
am
where these
close.
policies that everybody be shaking their hand at, I can shake my fist at it, but I can also look at my Fidelity investment account while I'm shaking my fist at it, like, oh yeah, fuck Raytheon. Damn, they stock is booming right now. Sheesh, that shit booming right now though. You know, but fuck Raytheon though, for sure. For sure. Never jacking it. What else? What else we got? What else we got? I'm crying. Why did I write this like this in the notes? Representative K. Granger is in a nursing home, and in parentheses, old thought. That was so crazy.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So this lady, this is actually insane. This lady was quote unquote missing, right? Um, and no one noticed for some time. I'm trying to figure out how much time passed, but nobody knew. And that part kind of blew me. Oh my goodness, I hate that this page is playing a Duracell ad in my ear right now, and I cannot find the video. Holy shit! Oh my goodness, turn this off, nigga. Damn. Okay. So yeah, so she was this mind you, the same woman Kay Granger made history at 81 as the first one. First off, you're 81. No, sorry, immediately no. 80-year-old niggas get out. Seriously, get out, bro. You're talking about 15 years after you were 20 years after you were eligible for Social Security. Get out. Get out. No, I to me the cap should be 65. I don't think you should be any older than 65 in Congress and any of that shit, bro. Go home. Go home, be with your kids. You don't have much time left.
What's that smiling phrase at? What are you doing here, bro? You're so old. Go home to your
Literally.
family.
Literally.
But yeah, so she basically was the first one to chair the House Appropriations Committee, whatever, right? So she stepped down in March after they passed their funding for the year and then decided to run for re-election and then missed every vote after July 24th. So there was a
Interesting.
report from a newspaper last week, and basically where they were trying to come on, because basically everybody's like, "Well, I haven't seen you in literally July is the 7th month of the year for people who are unaware. That was almost half a year ago. She look, they ain't seen her since we last potted, nigga. Nigga Smith was like the pod disappear, and then Kay Granger call those niggas up, find them.
I think what pisses me off about this, besides the fact that we got this old bitch in office, is that name another job where you could just go missing for months on end and you still collect a check. It doesn't matter. Like you could just be gone. Nobody knows where you are, and you still there.
CEO of a tech startup.
Talk about it.
I'm sorry.
No, talk about it.
But yeah, so there was a report last week. Well, this is last week as yesterday. Okay, so still last week. Basically saying that she was in a assisted living facility, right?
With dementia.
Yeah, with dementia, She was in like a memory care or whatever, right? And this is the part that killed me, right? Her office confirmed that she was living in an assisted living facility, but denied that she was in quote memory care. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What?
Why is a member of government in an assisted living facility?
Bro, you cannot govern from an assisted living facility, bro. Knock it off. Go home to be with the Lord or be with your family. Those are your only options, bro.
With the Lord.
Those are your only options. What are we doing here? And then, mind you, her own son said she had been, quote, having some dementia issues late in the year. Oh,
dementia issues.
Issues is crazy. Like,
my question is, did they even look for her? Because her family knew where she was. They put her in the care facility. So they just didn't care that she wasn't showing up to the government?
No. What? You're girl? No.
To do her fucking job? I'm sorry.
A lot of them don't. A lot of them don't show up though, like for other reasons. Like they just don't. Like they don't make meetings. So it's like it's not uncommon for somebody to not be there at the meetings.
But for months?
Why was Strom Thurmond 100 years old when he left office in January 2003?
Because we're in hell, buddy. What aren't you getting?
Then clip that nigga. What?
100.
Bro, 100, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. You close the door too hard around that nigga, he'll crumble.
Fucking Mitch McConnell is on the way there. Every other time I see him, he got new bruises from falling or the wind blowing too hard.
He looks like he got the suds.
But see,
He got a few more years at most on this planet.
but this is the sick part, right? Like, and every single one, like, and this is my thing where I'm sorry, I'm gonna be ageist because if you're over 80 in Congress, I want you out of my Congress. Don't let me make that
That's
clear.
not even ageist. That just
I don't
makes
care
sense.
what it is. It might be ageist. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, it's I'm rocking with it.
If it is ageist, I want more of that.
Yeah,
I'm rocking with that.
I want more of that. I'm rocking with that. I want more of that. But like this lady, 81, assisted living facility. Let's see. Strong Therm was fucking 100. I'm not even gonna explain what was happening. He was 100. Biden, 82. Bro, come on, son. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Trump's
Let's see.
79. Ain't he about to be 80?
Talk about it. I got some more though. Hold on. I ain't done cooking you old.
Nancy Pelosi.
Dianne Feinstein is 91 this year. Go home. Whichever home you want to go to. Go though. Let's see. Mitch McConnell, 82. No. Get on out of here. Nancy Pelosi, 84. Can I ask
She need to
y'all,
go first.
can I ask y'all a question? Are any of those people I named good people?
No.
No.
No, they're not. Chuck Grassley, a Republican from Iowa. I don't like him. 91. Oh, he did
Don't like him.
say that he does push-ups and jogs in the morning. Bro, I don't give a fuck. You're
That
going to the
old ass nigga can't do no fucking push
you're
up.
going
Don't lie to
the
me.
nursing home, brother. I don't give a fuck. Get out of here.
Go do push
Skedaddle.
ups in your nursing home.
And the other reason why this is another age thing that I bring up because this happened last week, I want to say, or the week before, maybe that. This was insane because please show me the line. It was right there. It was right there. I remember everything, but there we go. There's a House Oversight and Accountability Committee, right? And the top post was like up for grabs, right? And mind you, I'll just tell you the House Appropriations Committee has an 81-year-old leader, and the Financial Services Committee has an 86-year-old leader. Now, mind you, that one's Maxine Waters. If she want to be old and black, she can do that. So
I'm letting that one slide. I'm not being
I'll
ageist.
allow it. I'll allow it.
Only one I'm allowed. Please, if there's another old black woman over 80, we'll talk after class. We'll talk after class. But yeah. So anyway, House Oversight and Accountability Committee. AOC was running for this. As you know, or may not know, she's 35. Also known as a normal fucking age.
Normal age.
Yeah, nah, listen, I'm leaning full into it. I'm 80-year-old niggas got me pissed.
This pod is now certifiably, undeniably 100% ageist.
Bro, listen, if you
standing on it, proud.
I'm not talking to you, and you know that. And if you don't, then you too old to get off my shit.
76 or up, that's the cutoff.
76? Nah.
76. Niggas start losing their faculties way before that, honestly.
Straight up 65 is where I want y'all niggas up out of here.
Damn!
Damn. Like you don't need to be 70. Like
Samuel Jackson is older than that, and he still got all. Denzel Washington is getting up there. They still got all their faculties.
But how many niggas are Denzel Washington?
And nothing's wrong with. First off, Denzel is 70. So if the cutoff is 70, that nigga has to go this year. That's fine.
He's 70?
Yeah, that was wild to me.
You know, he just became. You know, he's gonna be a priest.
Yeah, I saw he got baptized the other day.
And he's going to do his training.
Okay, conversely, Bruce Willis is 69. When did Bruce Willis start having his like serious aphasia issues?
Honestly,
like
probably before we found out.
He retired in 2022. That was 2 years ago. So he's 69 now. That was 67. 65 is the cutoff. I'm telling you.
I was gonna say he's probably having issues before us, the public, found out. So
that nigga was probably in Die Hard 2 struggling. But hey, look.
Not Die Hard 2, brother. That was back in like the 80s.
Shit, he might have been struggling his whole life with this shit.
That's true. The condition he got is kind of crazy.
It got significantly worse as his ass got older. Who knows? I don't know. Either way, bro, 65 is the cutoff, bro. I'm telling you, is 65 the last year you can get Social Security benefits? No, you can get them like whenever. But when's the last year it stopped going up?
Oh.
So you get a little bit more every year, like starting at 62, and I think 70 is the full retirement age. Yeah. I'm not.
See,
70?
I don't even know these things.
I don't either. I'm sorry.
It's not gonna matter for us because we won't have Social Security by the time we get to that age.
But he's not on my check.
Shit came out in 1990. Hey, look, man. 1990 wasn't that long ago. Scarily enough.
What came out in 1990?
Die Hard 2.
Oh yeah.
Shit, he was 30 something then, man. He might have been hurt. But anyway,
Damn, that
it don't
nigga
matter. It don't
old.
matter, right? AOC loses to Representative Jerry Connolly of Virginia. Mind you, no idea who this guy is, but he's 74 and he's battling esophageal cancer.
Oh, okay.
Dog.
Yeah. And again, and right, oh wait.
Go home and die.
But let me go. Oh, but now I'm being ableist too, right? Because no, bro, I'm sorry, bro. You're 74. You already were too old without the cancer, and you got throat cancer, bro. Get the fuck on, bro.
And what, he's gonna be the head of what committee? The head presumably needs to talk, right? He got throat cancer.
You should be the head of the Sleepy Time Tea Committee, nigga. What are we doing here, bro? You should be wearing a little floppy hat, holding a candle and a cup of tea, nigga. What are we talking about? Bro, how long have you been working? I just want to see that. Jerry Connolly, I'm going to cook you real quick and we're going to get off you. I don't know you. I've never heard of you a day in my life, but you're going to get baked. I'm sorry. We got to see. 1979, he was on the United States Senate Committee of Foreign Relations.
All right, man. Get him out of here.
Bro, that was... Hold on, let me do the math.
40 years ago?
40 years, bro. I'm sorry. Retire. Niggas get retirement after 25, correct? Nigga, get out. 2005, you were good to go. You were good to go. You would have never seen Obama. You should have never worked with him.
That's insane that he was at retirement in 2005.
Bro,
I wasn't even in high school yet.
Obama should not have ever worked together. Get out.
And these niggas can just stay. Why do they not have terms like every other portion of the government?
Not to mention, according to an analysis, he voted with President Joe Biden's stated position 100% of the time. I see why you won the stance, or why you won the spot. Like, I mean, it's not hard to tell. Like, when you were just a career dick sucker, like, you're gonna get it. Like, they're gonna get it to you. But that's crazy. That is crazy. Boy, is that crazy. Maybe at this point, they should ask him, like, what does Joe Biden feel about it? Nigga, ask Jerry. He'll tell you. Yeah, no, this is crazy. I'm sorry. If you're 70, get out of my shit. Get out. Like, niggas like, yeah, we need the wisdom. No. I didn't say you can't, like, work around politics. Like, because we know these political niggas never just go home. Like,
what wisdom do we need from these niggas, yo? Honestly, Democrats, what wisdom do we need from them?
Because it's not like football, right? Like, it's like football, right? These niggas, like, they can retire, but, like, I'm going to be 45 doing something. I'm coaching a high school football team or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still involved in football in some way. Like, bro, these people will never go home to their families. Like, let's be honest here. They are lifetime politicians, some of them. Like, they're 40 years, 50 years. I'm going to be a politician my whole life. Even when I'm leaving, I'm going to be a consultant. Even when I leave, I'm still going to have my ears to the ground. And then, like, it's like, so if they're not going to do that anyway, bro, you just can't serve. You could be a consultant for a new young nigga, a new up-and-coming young nigga, give him some advice or some game or something. But I'm tired of you being 70, the young nigga trying to give you game. And you like, you don't know shit, young nigga. I've been in Congress since the Vietnam War. It's like, nigga, that's the problem. That's the problem, nigga. Nobody should have served that long. Goodness gracious. What else? I mean, we on politics. So I'll hit our last one. Well, maybe it's not our last one, but I'll hit this one. Mayor Adams is again because boy does he have the sleaziest, nastiest, most despicable sex pests around him.
Oh man.
So, the NYPD commissioner, who apparently is a white woman, didn't know anything about this, but what happened to Ray Kelly? Was he not there? He might have been a commissioner a long time ago. Commissioner ago. Let's see, when did he leave? 2013. Goodness gracious.
Nigga.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just the name I grew up with. Then that was my fault game.
Who you old?
First off, you were literally at the club in 2013. So who are you talking to? Like what? Who are you talking to?
I mean, we all the same age. We all old.
No, she's significantly younger than us, but she was living fast anyway. So you was at the club, girl. I don't want to hear that.
Significantly? We're not gonna say significantly.
Everybody say your birth year.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah. Let's start with the old heads. Yeah. 2000.
93.
93. Reed, what you 92? Old ass nigga. Now go ahead.
98. 98's not that far.
98.
Now think about it. Should somebody been born in '98 been in the club in 2013? The answer is no.
What? Oh, nigga, finish talking about Mitch McConnell or whoever. Mayor Adams.
He said 98. 98. But anywho, right? So he has the NYPD commissioner, some white lady, didn't know that, right? And she ousts the internal affairs chief. Now, mind you, I do just want to remind people what internal affairs is because I want these allegations to seem a lot more aggressive based under the context of what they're supposed to be doing. So let me just read it from their website. I love this. The Internal Affairs Bureau of the NYPD is dedicated to preserving integrity, which is critical. No, sorry. To preserving integrity. Which is critical to the function of the police department and fighting corruption within the NYPD. Now, there's more. I'm not going to read more because I got to get to this fucking story. Because, buddy. Oh, okay. I had this story wrong. Okay, so that's not the guy being accused. All right. It's the same shit. I don't really care. It's his man. All right, so there were claims of sexual misconduct from Jeffrey Maddie, who is the chief of department. That's literally the chief of the internal affairs department. So he wasn't like the chief, but he was basically right under the chief. He's like the deputy, essentially, right? Like his right hand man. And he was accused of trading substantial overtime approvals for sexual favors.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
So basically, damn. What time? What time you say you came in yesterday? Hey, look. All right, look. I know you came in late, but I can give you your 4 hours. But how we gonna make that work?
That is so crazy.
Mind you, the Bureau of Integrity and Fighting Corruption. People need to understand the NYPD is an occupying force. Like they are a military, nigga. They're not a police department by any means.
This IDF 2.0.
Nigga, this might be
almost literally. I guarantee you, some niggas that used to be in the IDF in the NYPD right now.
Well, the IDF
went over there to Gaza, did some war crimes. They probably came back already.
And well, the NYPD and the IDF do cross trainings actually.
So do the Atlanta Police Department.
That's why they go. It's all connected, by the way. But anyway, mind you, this guy was being accused by lieutenants, like, and this is nasty word.
Wait, female lieutenants?
Right. But she would say that her boss routinely demanded sex from her and other favors since being elevated to
routinely
to her office, right? And now hold on. This is where it gets a little muddy. I don't know what to think of it, but it says the lieutenant's sexual misconduct claims came after a report that she was suspended this week amid an internal affairs investigation looking into potential overtime abuse that helped her bring in more than 400,000 last year.
Ooh.
But this is crazy. Like, so don't ever in your life basically make me fuck for overtime. And I could say no, but I can't really say no. And then you gonna investigate me, knowing you set up the fuck for overtime system?
This is a sick Negro.
I'm telling. Graphic detail too. I'm showing them text messages. I got dick pics. It's over with, buddy. You'll never have a fucking job in this city again. Watch this.
But that sounds like the woke mind virus to me. Like I feel this goes back to the Ramaswamy shit. Like you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Sorry that happened, or congratulations, whatever. Like, I'm not reading all that because I just feel congratulations, or I'm sorry that happened to you. Like that's literally y'all contribute to that system.
I'm looking. The guy being accused of all this denies the allegations of any sexual interaction, let alone any.
Not a one.
Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, if a nigga will freak your overtime so abusively that you bring in $400,000, you're not even remotely close to making that much money on your salary. Nobody's doing that for free. Stop fucking playing with me. What are y'all talking about? You think a nigga's doing that to me for free?
My question is, so my initial thought was, this is just a nasty ass nigga, and he's evil because you had these women do this and get all this overtime, and then you still investigated them. That was my initial thought. But over 400,000 in overtime. My next thought is, maybe he didn't want to investigate them, but his higher ups are coming in like, why all these women got 400,000 dollars in overtime? So this nigga was tricking off fucking so much that I guess it just got away from it. He had to investigate him to save himself.
The nigga, somebody was looking into this shit, and he's like, "Oh shit, nah, well, fuck it, I'm gonna bury them women. Fuck it, I'm not going for it." Crazy
How
as
many
hell.
like female chiefs are there in the NYPD?
Shit,
I would say
shit,
probably not a lot.
PD has like 8 trillion fucking cops, so like keep that in mind. Like there probably are.
Oh yes. Female?
See, current NYPD police women. All right, let's try this one.
Oh, it's not just the chiefs. It's just the police, like
Because
the
they have so many different
female officers as well.
officers. Yeah, would probably be different.
It's probably a good amount of female officers, but chiefs, I imagine they have a pretty sexist system and probably don't get a lot of women that get to that point, probably. Because
Yeah,
they
and the ones
probably haze them and try to push them out.
I imagine the ones who do are probably the ones who got to pay for play. Like it ain't no other way they're gonna let you get there. Openly lesbian Latina officer in the NYPD. Goodness gracious.
Hello?
Hello?
Reed, there's only one chief per district, probably.
Well, yeah. So, and the
Is
thing is, like, for example, internal affairs is another department of the same department, and then they have their own chief. And then there's like, so they, like niggas will have like 12 different departments. So there's really like 12 chiefs, and then there's a chief of police. Like, nigga, I'm just the chief of cop.
Yes.
top cop.
Top cop, yeah. I wonder who else said that. But yeah, like no, literally, like so it's like there's like probably like 12, 13. I don't even know how many divisions exist within the NYPD. So yeah, there's only one. Yeah, okay, I'm looking. They have police bureaus. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Bureaus
14,
or boroughs?
17, 18, 19, 20. I don't know. Boroughs, bureaus.
Because it's in New York. You know they got all the boroughs, Brooklyn and...
Oh, not boroughs. No, no, bureaus. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
But
yeah,
they
yeah,
have 20 different bureaus, and each one is headed by a chief or deputy commissioner who's appointed by the top cop. And yeah, so.
Uh-huh.
But actually, shit, I got all 20 here, right? Let me see if I see any ladies. Okay, deputy commissioner, black dude, white guy, Wilson. Okay, probably a Latino. This one don't even say one. Okay. Oh, there we go. Martine Matarazzo. She is the chief of housing.
Okay.
There's one. There's one. That but then think about it. Look at the places they let women be the chiefs. Like, oh, collaborative policing. Here you go, sweetie.
Right.
Yeah, here you go. Crime control. Yeah, not you bet your fucking ass that's a white man.
yeah. Crime control,
Detective, you
yeah.
bet your ass that's a white man. Collaborative policing. Okay, yeah, you can have that one. Employee relations, a black woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, equity inclusion. Wonder what this one looks like. Oh, Wendy Garcia. Shocking. So yeah, after going through all these, this guy looks like what's that? The fat white guy who be doing the basketball commentary.
Fat
Windhorse or something? What's his, you know what I'm talking about?
Jason Whitlock?
No, please, not that nigga. Oh, and training. They got a Nigerian police chief of training,
Nigerian police chief of training?
and a white woman for trials. Oh, yeah, that's very.
This whole system is fucked up.
That's
I
very.
guarantee you that Nigerian nigga he's training them correctly.
Nigerian woman, and trust me, she is.
Oh, Nigerian woman. Oh.
She's strict as hell. Though. I bet you she don't play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So anywho, yeah, that whole thing. I was like, bro, we're gonna find out that Eric Adams is like the fucking Riddler or something. Like he's the Joker or something. Because like this nigga has a cavalcade of just bandits, thieves, and highway robbers that he's friends with, and it's crazy. Like I'm just like, bro, but it don't shock me because I mean, he always stunk. Oh, he reeked of corruption. He never really tried to downplay it, and it's just like now we're seeing all of it, and it's just like, and we're not even seeing close to all of it. Truthfully, I'm sure there's plenty more that's not on the street here. But yeah, no, this is crazy.
I can't wait to see what happens to him in the end.
Maybe you can get a
Oh
Trump.
yeah, they're definitely gonna make him the fall guy at some point.
He's getting
We can try
fried.
for a Trump. We can try. Let's see what else we got. That's really it for politics. What we want to do? What we want to do? We want to do any sports? We want to get into any gaming? There were some trailer reveals. Uh, let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh no, that's under sports too. So that'll be fun.
We can do entertainment.
Okay. What did I have in entertainment? I had an entertainment
Well, I
section.
mean,
Oh, the
TV, movies, gaming, all that.
oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll start with TV, right? So
You know, Hellbound season 2 finally dropped.
I do. I started watching it at work and realized this is just simply not the place to watch Hellbound.
Yeah, I finished it. It left me with a lot more questions.
Then answers? That's crazy because that's what season one did.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it doesn't take another 3 years to drop
Yeah.
season 3. But they did that with Sweet Home, where they came back with season 2, and then immediately after that dropped season 3. So I'm hoping they do the same thing with Hellbound, so I can actually get some answers. Um, I
You
won't
need to see.
spoil.
You had to rate it out of a 10.
Solid 7.
Okay.
It was still good, but I wanted more. I want to know, like
Mm,
towards the end. I'm not gonna spoil everything for you, but it's still full on apocalypse at the end. Actually, you know what? It's not a 7. It's an 8.5 because the end was crazy, nigga. It's the end of the world at the end of this season. It's the apocalypse. It's over. So,
it was funny in
I,
the beginning of the season, so I'm surprised it took him that long.
nigga, it's utter bedlam and chaos in South Korea.
What is this
The
show about?
Um,
spiritual monkeys beating niggas up and taking them to hell.
yeah, basically ghoulish gorillas beating niggas up and taking them to hell.
Just gorillas.
I wish.
Mm.
Like, there is more context. I could actually give you a real answer, but that's just a funny answer, and it's actually what happens.
It's literally what happens.
Okay.
It's basically this cult was started by a guy who was named as the chairman, and he started his own religion based off around people keep getting visited by this like floating face saying on such and such date you're gonna die and your soul is bound for hell. And then on that day at that exact time these fucking 8 foot tall smoke monkeys pull up, and they never just take people straight to hell for whatever reason. They just beat the dog shit out of them
Oh,
first.
that niggas first.
they
Every
they they be fucking niggas up, like throwing them around, putting them through glass. They beat these niggas. I think they beat them to death, and then when they die, they just go to hell. Like they just
Oh, it's
fucking
a
beat them up.
Korean show.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But everything kind of goes into chaos and goes into hell because unlike cults in the real world where like you never like niggas say the world's gonna end and then it doesn't. But like in this world, everybody can see whenever somebody gets assassinated by these fucking monkeys and then literally gets burned alive and sent to hell. So obviously everybody, pretty much half the country joins this cult because they're all scared as
Yeah,
fuck.
like shit ain't gonna be sweet after this, clearly.
Yeah.
right.
And then, you know, there's these fanatical people that splinter off into their own like super devout religion called the arrowhead or the tip of the spear. And these
And
niggas basically start rounding up all the people that get
like the
what do they call
paramilitary.
them? Yeah, what do they call them? They call them well, first off, the people that get bound for hell, they call them sinners. They have a specific word like devotion or their dedication or something. Whenever somebody gets sentenced to hell, they call it a specific word like devotion or dedication, and they live stream it for everybody in South Korea to see.
Yeah,
But
it's called
it's a
Oh,
lot.
oh, I will be watching that when I get home.
It's definitely good. Season one ends off on a cliffhanger, and it took them 3 years to come out with season two. But season two, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and I think I like it for a lot of different reasons. Like, I like it for the commentary on religion that it gives. I like it for the commentary that it gives on people's faith or lack thereof, even.
Mhm.
And I mean, yeah, and it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's genuinely like, again, nobody sees the angel that delivers the decree except for the person who is delivered to. But when it's time, oh, everybody sees it. So it's also like there are people who are essentially they've been given a decree, they live in their life a certain way, and no one fucking knows. And
Mhm.
then they have to live their life around the fact that, hey, listen, in 17 years on this date, I gotta make sure my wife and kids. Actually, do I even want to get married? Do I even want to have kids? Because like,
Yeah,
nigga, in 17 years, these smoke monkeys are gonna come through this door. They're gonna beat the dog shit out of me and then incinerate me in front of my kids.
Okay.
and there's so many different aspects of the show, and the crazy cult, they they want these sinners to register their demonstration so that they can continue to live stream it, to get more followers and show everybody. But they will literally ostracize people's families if somebody doesn't inform them of a demonstration. Like they feel like they need to know whenever somebody has a demonstration. So like they have literal task force dedicated whenever somebody goes missing, they try to track down that person to make sure they didn't have a demonstration off on their own. So like if somebody got murdered by somebody or if somebody was kidnapped or something, they don't care about that. They're looking for people specifically to see if they had their demonstration without telling them or not. And if they did, they find like charred remains in the woods or something, then your family is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah. So I mean, I tried to start watching it. I was just like, this is not the place. And not to mention, again, it'd be a lot of Haitians at my job, so I can't let a Haitian see my screen while I'm watching that.
Oh yeah.
It'll be over, boy. It'll be over, nigga. Oh man, they go they gonna get me if I do that. So, but yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely see what's up with that second season. So, some people, I for whatever reason, there were comparisons. Apparently, with this show, actually, there were comparisons between this show and Squid Game, and I was like, I think you guys are literally just racist. If I'm not mistaken, I think you guys are just racist because I don't think these shows really have much of anything in common except for like commentary on like the state. But like Korean dramas always do that. So like that's what we have in common, like the fact that we both are Korean dramas, like or is it something else?
The
Like, no,
shows
you guys
don't
try to be
have
Asians.
they don't have nothing in common, but I noticed a lot of these Netflix shows all share the same actors, like Sweet Home, Squid Games, and Home Hellbound.
Hmm.
They all have like some of the same actors in different
Yeah,
roles.
I watch a lot of K dramas and they do use a lot of the same actors and actresses. Like there's some that are like basically I mean obviously kind of like how like we do obviously like there's such celebrities so like they
Nigga see
they
Sean
get a lot of the roles.
Jordan, yo.
Hmm.
Here, Michael B. Kim, yo. Here you go.
Yeah.
Michael B. Kim.
But boy, Squid Games,
I
I'm
haven't
really
seen.
not hearing nothing about
I'm
it.
surprised about that too. I was thinking that this morning when I was watching it that I haven't seen nobody really talking about it.
It's
I'm
been
on
too long.
episode
I
4.
think they took too long, and I honestly, in my opinion, truth be told, I think it's hard to follow up with a reasonable story when I genuinely do believe you could have left it at that.
Yeah,
Like I
I
not
mean
not
they
Yeah.
definitely it could have ended last season, but money.
like not the way they ended it specifically, but like if you slightly rewrite those last two episodes, maybe three episodes even, it's like this show can be a one timer and that would be it. And it should have been, in my opinion, because the longer you carry on, especially for capitalistic reasons, buddy, that's what the whole show. Oh, okay, you're losing the point. Now at this point, it's just a show of whatever. It's just you.
Especially when it's like, do you know how many s- so I don't know if y'all know like Netflix has games.
Yes.
Hmm.
And they have so many like Squid Games games, and there's just so much like branding and like marketing for the show that's been like they've been doing, like not even just to promote for the premiere. And it's like it just makes it corny. Like it's just corny.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's funny.
Especially when the whole show was supposed to be like a
Yes.
capitalist critique.
That's why. And I think that's the main reason why. Because again, if you were to give that same all of that shit to Hellbound, it really wouldn't carry the same weight. Because Squid Games, at its core, is about the capitalism. So
Mm-hmm.
when you show me very clearly in a way that is undeniable that you are milking, pimping, and tricking this shit, like, bro, oh my goodness. Especially when it's 4 years later. I don't give a fuck no more. Most people don't. Like, you had to understand during a pandemic where you watch everyone's attention spans go to hell. Surely you understood that people's attention spans don't exist. Like, nigga, Stranger Things took as long as they took, and niggas are kind of acting like they don't give a fuck now. Now, I imagine they'll still lock in when it's time, but you're gonna have less people lock in, I think, because
But
I
like
don't.
Stranger Things built up a staying power that like Squid Games only had one
Exactly,
season.
because Stranger Things has 6 fucking seasons, right? Like they've
Mm-hmm.
been running for a minute, and there's so many crossovers, brand deals, da da da. Y'all tried to get Stranger Things off of one season. Y'all
Squid Games got that
greedy.
too.
Think about it. You used a show that is a capitalist critique to try to make 6 years worth of money in 6 seasons worth of money in one season. Like, nigga, it don't get no worse than that. Like, you are literally the movie. You are the show. It's you.
Yeah, that's like if they tried to do like Parasite merch, like
Right.
Parasite video
Right.
game.
Like a parasite universe, a parasite cinematic universe. Is that what you just said to me? Yeah, so we got Parasite. We'll do something like fungi or some shit like that, right? And it'll be a commentary on like how beneath everything there's always mycelium, there's fungi.
No, she's talking about Parasite the movie.
No, I'm talking about Parasite the movie too. I'm just being
That would
real.
be the only way that they could freak it.
Mhm. Trust me. Trust me. I'm a freak at Parasite. It's the cinematic. We're gonna have Parasite. We're gonna have fungi. We're gonna do a couple other ones. We're gonna do like what you call them shit? Start with a P. Prions type shit. We're gonna do one of them.
Prions.
We're gonna get
Type
prions in
shit.
there. Type shit. Misfolded proteins. like, like it's sick. It's just, and it's so easy to see. You watch it and it just looks as. And then, of course, Squid Games also spawns fucking Beast Games, which again,
Oh, brother.
These games?
you say, oh boy, you
Mr.
don't
Beast
know.
version.
Oh, so Mr. Beast,
Oh
famous
yeah, the Mr. Beast version. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Beast
famous Hamburger
games.
Burgers did a Beast Games one, and apparently, again, I haven't heard much about it, but people are pretty much just saying, like, I mean, I heard something that where I'm just like, it sounds like y'all nitpicking, but then some of the shit was legitimate. Like, they were just like, bro, this is just like Marvel tier quips that he throws in because he has no character and he's not funny. And then so I'm just watching a bunch of poor people pour their heart out just for some wacky shit to happen to them, and basically y'all commentate this like this is Wipeout, like the show Wipeout.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, buddy, like so,
Is
buddy.
that what the show was? It was like that.
Essentially, so basically, he was like, "So, am I supposed to like feel sorry for these people? Am I supposed to be engaged with these people? Am I supposed to laugh at them?" Like, again, at least in the movie or the television show Squid Game, you build up enough of me. Like, I care about these characters at a certain point. Now it's like, damn, bro, you was just in here to help your auntie out. Oh man, okay. And it's crazy because you gonna get home with that money, but auntie gonna be dead by the time. Damn. Like,
My
meanwhile,
thing
with this.
though is like y'all watch the show and y'all still gonna do it.
Because capitalism. And that's the sad. That's why I don't even want to engage with none of this because it's like again, it's hard for me to engage with any premise or any even like fake premise of seriousness when you are so fucking unserious for even doing this.
Yeah. Have y'all seen I think Kyle, your mom watched it, but like have you seen The Glory? That K drama, The Glory?
Mm-mm.
That's a really good one. Like it literally it like I feel like the thing about Netflix and like their ability to it's a hit or miss. Like sometimes Netflix will make a good anime, sometimes Netflix will make a good K drama. But there's just something about like the undertones of them because I watch a lot of K dramas where it's just an anime and it's just like it's just so like they're they're just playing on the themes that they know people tend to like in this type of media, and it's just exploitative and weird sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause it's just like, yeah, like I like, Beastars. That's a good anime. I like, I forgot the one with the gambling. That was a good one. But most of the other ones suck. And so, like, I've seen some of the K dramas, like they suck. Squid Games was good, but I don't even know if like the same people that were involved in the original are involved in this one as well. But it's just like Netflix just has a way of taking something and like kind of bastardizing it and making it uninteresting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's their thing.
Because they're just such like a capitalist like monster machine that you just kind of feel icky sometimes watching their media.
Yeah, especially when it's
Even
like,
with the American shows, like they do it all the time.
and don't give me a media that is a critique of this. Like, please, like they're talking to you. The source material is talking to you, and you still were just let's make a wacky little show. Let's make a wacky little show where instead of talking about capitalism, we just talk about these like silly fun guys that get into these misadventures, and sometimes they catch a body or two. And you like, but you don't think, yeah, no, and that's the other thing. Like they don't even like it's not even again they don't care nothing about the original anything staying true to source material. It's literally just about can we capture lightning in a bottle, and then once we do, how many times can I get this off before y'all start to hate it? And what they're
Literally.
realizing is, nigga, that number is decreasing because because your feet like it's a self-determined self-fulfilling prophecy. Like you are helping to cheapen people's attention spans, which means you are also cheapening how much often you can get away with the joke. So now you're in a position to where before, hey, look, I could make a movie or show like this or a movie like this, and let's say if it was 2018, hell, once I do that, I could queue up three more of those because as long as there's something that differentiates the three, people will watch them. But now,
Mm-hmm.
because you fed people so much slop so many times, niggas are at the point now where like, bro, listen, once you get a concept and I see another trailer for some shit in 6 months that sounds like the concept of that other hit you did, I don't want to fucking watch it because I know it stinks. I know it's gonna be
It's
whack.
literally slop. It's literally slop.
That shit is not fuck AI slop. That shit is Netflix slop. So yeah, I mean, like mind you, I know they did a little Tekken joint. Castlevania was hard, for example. Castlevania was real hard. Was that a Netflix official?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was hard. But you know, you don't get too many of those.
I don't yeah.
And then
The
even
for
like
as many hits they got just as many misses. Like
yeah, I would argue they have more misses because for all the hits that they have, it's just like some of y'all hits didn't even give y'all hit numbers back. Like
yeah.
they're hits because they're critically acclaimed. You get what I'm saying? Like people watched it and said, "No, this is tough. This is fire. This is hard. It's great." But Netflix didn't even care about it. You get what I'm saying? Like Netflix push Arcane of all the like of all the animated joint, they push Arcane like a motherfucker. Meanwhile, think about it. Is Arcane the only good? And no, not even close. But that's the only one they push. That's the only one we ever remember. Because it's like, what's the other one that they gave real super like? All right, let's throw some ad dollars behind us. Let's throw marketing behind us. Let's get people on Twitter behind us. Let's get some influencers behind us. Nigga, they did that for Arcane, and that was about it. And even with Arcane, they didn't go all the way. So that's my thing where I'm just like, I feel like marketing's always been their issue, even with their shows that weren't anime. You know what I mean? Even with like because again, people fail to realize Netflix does not make money. They don't generate net profits. They make money. They make a ton of fucking money, but they don't generate net profits. So it's like if I still want to get paid, if I still want to do this, if I still want to keep the business growing, I really can't afford to pull money out and advertise nothing. Nigga, it's Netflix. The advertising is the app itself. Nigga, just come to Netflix.
Yeah. Literally. You gonna come on here and see what's new. You gonna watch whatever slop is there.
And so that's the thing where that's always been their issue is that again because their business model is basically contingent upon them growing every year. Like it's like same thing with like social media. Like remember when they said Twitter doesn't make any money, and yet Twitter is one of the biggest websites in the world because it just keeps growing. It just keeps growing. Like that's all you can do, nigga. Like you don't have an option to make money because it's impossible to make money on something like this unless you cheapen the service in some way. Like, unless you install ads, unless you start doing this, unless you do Twitter Blue, Twitter Premium, and then even that might not be enough. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, so they imagine you already losing money on this thing, technically, right? Now, granted, your business is going to grow, the shareholders are going to be good, your stock portfolio is going to grow, but you're losing dollars, cash on this. It's like you can only do that so many times before, especially once the fans start to turn on you and you're losing cash. Okay, well, now you got to figure something new out. So, like Netflix, they've been in that position where all these other people are doing their streaming services, Hulu, fucking everybody got a goddamn premium plus, whatever. I'm like, bro, I don't want to watch no fucking Discovery Plus, bro. So don't piss me off, bro. Niggas made me fucking hot when I seen that for the first time. Discovery Plus, bro. What? What's on Discovery, nigga? And then I found out it was a bunch of bullshit. I'm like, all right, bro, y'all go ahead.
Discovery ain't been worth watching, I don't know, since we were kids. Do they even do Shark Week anymore?
I don't know. Who fucking knows?
I don't even think they do Shark Week. I don't even know if it. They pretty much show a lot of, same with the History Channel. They show a lot of reruns of stuff, but the main thing that they try to do is like the streaming platform. And Discovery Plus is basically like TLC, damn near like.
And let me guess, the woke agenda stopped Shark Week.
Yo, woke
Yes.
agenda.
The woke mind virus.
The woke mind virus. Yes.
Why would this? See, that's the thing. Shark Week has always been on Discovery, so it would be a failing on their part if it wasn't on Discovery Plus or whatever their bullshit streaming service is. I thought Shark Week was the only thing worth watching on Discovery Channel, but that's just me. I mean, niggas used to like Ice Road Truckers, whatever the fuck that was about.
Yeah, I'm
oh yeah, I remember that show.
Oh, they got a Shark Week podcast.
Okay.
Our podcast.
I'm looking at it. It's just a 3-hour block every night for a week. Some of it's 6. Sharks. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay. Expedition Unknown: Sharks versus Nazis in Paradise.
All right.
Woke mind virus.
I've seen enough. I'm not gonna say what I just thought.
Please don't. I'd love to continue doing a pod. But
I mean, I'm already on the watch list, so.
Like, what are we talking about? What else? Thoughts on the Superman trailer?
Shit was hard. I'm gonna be there day one. I hate the world that we live in because I saw so many people bitching about something that looks objectively good, and I know it's just Twitter. My life would be better if I didn't get on Twitter. But like, I've never seen so many people be so negative about objectively good things. And what really pissed me off is people were complaining about Green Lantern in the movie when that nigga is the most comic accurate character I've ever seen in my entire life. The nigga with the fucked up bowl cut, that's straight out of the comic book. Niggas say they want comic accurate, realistic shit.
Yeah.
Like, y'all niggas just complain about everything. Like, niggas were complaining that Superman was in the Arctic because it's copying Man of Steel. It's not like his Fortress of Solitude is in the Arctic.
Yeah,
Niggas,
it's not like that.
Niggas just complain about everything. And if you actually pay attention to what niggas are saying, it'll sour your experience with everything. I thought the trailer was hard. I'm gonna go as far as to say is it was hard. That's not an opinion, that's factual. Niggas are just dumb. Thoughts?
I'm a little curious to see how the Lex Luthor aspect will play out. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I'm real interested in the story for this because this Superman is supposed to be All-Star Superman, which is one of the best Superman comics of all time. So, and I saw a lot of stuff was happening in the trailer.
Yeah,
I don't know if
all that other shit.
Yeah, and I was more so thinking about the villains. Like, I don't know who the overall big bad is gonna be. I'm thinking Brainiac is gonna be the big bad, and Lex Luthor and Metamorpho are just gonna be there. Yeah, Reef. I like how there's more than one hero too. Like, because that's how it is in the comics. Like, even if you read a Batman comic or a Superman comic, other niggas are gonna show up from time to time,
Mm-hmm.
especially because Superman is. I don't know if there's a Justice League in this movie or if this is the Justice Society of America, but all the niggas are there. Hawk Girl's there, Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific. All these niggas are. That's how you do world building because all these niggas are in the world, so it's good to see them.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see. We'll see if they give him we'll see if they give him enough, or give everybody enough like screen time in that regard. I'd be interested to see how they do that, or if there's certain people that they're gonna downplay because maybe they got something else coming. I don't know, but I'd be interested to see it.
I know I read that Mr. Terrific is supposed to be he's a side character, but he's like the most important side character, so he's gonna get a lot of screen time, which is cool because Mr. Terrific is a cool character. And they're coming out with a Green Lantern TV show. So Guy Gardner might get some more screen time and then he'll pop up in that show.
So I'm of the belief this could be the Justice Society of America, only because we know Mr. Terrific was elected the chairman at one point during one of those
Hmm.
I don't know parts, what do you call it, um so I don't
Meetings.
know. We'll be interested. But when I saw this photo though, I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but this is the hardest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah, that's Mr. Terrific. That was the dude in the trailer. He was Darwin in X-Men Days of Future
Ah,
Past.
clearly
The
I'm
dude
thinking.
with the T on his head that walked up to the explosion and like he had a
Yeah,
shield
no,
around
I
him.
mean I learned to like I've ended up learning him at some point, but I was just like, nah, like this picture right here is hard as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
like I was
Mr.
like,
Terrific, yeah, he's a hard ass character. He's one of the smartest people in DC. Like
mm-hmm,
he he's in top five, if not top three.
mm-hmm. I see it. I see that. This nigga used to be going crazy, and he a gold medal winning Olympic decathlete.
Decathlete. I don't know why that's funny to me.
Is he just like regular nigga essentially? He's just really
Yeah,
like
he don't got no superpowers. This nigga just smart.
he got
He
14 PhDs. He think he a black woman. I'm crying.
he don't got superpowers, but like he got superpowers because he's so smart. Like those orbs floating around him are something that he made called T spheres. The mask that's on his face allows him to see different rays of light. It also like scrambles cameras so they can't see him. Like nigga got a lot of shit going on.
This nigga like he a black Batman, huh?
Yeah, but better.
Well, yeah, of course he's better. He's black.
I mean, yeah. I was thinking like just from tech, like he's more advanced than Batman.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to like actually debate it, sure. I was just gonna say because he's a nigga, he wins. But yeah, no. So that trailer look good. I mean, I'll be into because listen, I one thing I will say is I hated most of the Superman movies. Or not hated. Like I think at best, like Man of Steel, I was like, all right, this isn't bad. It's all right. I'm not. It's not bad. But the rest of them, I was just like, nah, nah. Even Batman vs Superman, I felt sleepy on. I was like, I don't care. I really don't care, buddy. Um, so I'll be interested. I'd be interested to see where this goes. I will definitely be tuning in.
Yeah, the last batch of DC movies, I didn't really. I like Man of Steel, but I didn't really like. I watched it once or twice. It's not one of those movies I go back and watch a
Yeah,
thousand times.
exactly. Like it was cool.
Same thing with Batman v Superman. I literally only watched that once. I didn't even go back and watch that a second time.
Literally,
Justice League, I watched that once, and then I watched Zack Snyder version. That's
I
about
didn't watch
it.
it. I only watched the Snyder cut. I'm glad I
You didn't
didn't.
miss nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard the original was whack as fuck in that regard.
it
Snyder cut
was.
was too fucking long, but it is what it is.
It was too fucking long, but at least it was coherent story.
Yeah, no, it was. It was. I understand why it was too long. It was still too long though. Like that ancient limitation music used to fry me, yo. That and yo, Gal Gadot cannot act for
Ooh,
shit. Oh,
man.
like,
It's I'm so glad that she's a bad actor because the fact that she's an IDF soldier, it really is so easy to hate her. If she was a good actor as Wonder Woman, it'd be like, damn. But like,
yeah, like don't look the way
fuck
you
her.
look and be a good actress and play Wonder Woman. Now we're fucked. But because you can't act, all right, cool, cool. I can always lean back on the fact that you fucking stink at this.
Yeah,
Like,
you an IDF soldier and you bad at acting. why are you even casting this in the first place? Probably because you're an IDF soldier and Zionists are all through Hollywood, but we're not gonna get into that. I'm just glad that she's not Wonder Woman no more.
And she starred in a movie called Wonder Woman 1984. Really makes you think that year, huh?
I didn't even think about that.
Really makes you think, huh? Her grandfather survived the Holocaust. Huh. Really makes you think.
Mm.
Oh, she's a Miss Israel winner. The beauty pageant.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, so you're not even an actress. You
She,
won Miss Israel, went to do 3 years of service for the IDF, came out, and then suddenly had a job in Hollywood. Okay.
what's that? That white mediocrity
Mm-hmm.
mixed
Right.
with
Right.
Zionist nepotism. That's
Mhm.
that's lethal.
She completed her first year of college, got an audition in a James Bond film, Quantum of Solace.
All right, bro, get the
Lost the
fuck out of
part.
here.
Lost the part, but she starred in an Israeli drama. 3 months later, the casting director from Quantum of Solace chose her over 6 other actresses for her role in Fast and the Furious, which she also was fucking ass in, by the way. That was 2009 Fast and the Furious.
Don't piss me off. I feel like I could have went my whole life without learning any of this. This just makes me
That someone
hate her
different
more.
in that movie for sure. For sure. Yeah, she was dog shit. Date Night, Night and Day. Yeah, I remember she was doing them silly movies. Oh, she came back in Fast Five, and she was in Fast and Furious 6. I can't believe we put this bitch on, y'all. Oh my god.
The fact that she was a pageant winner and this was just a vanity actress gig, like that's pissing me off.
That just
That's making my blood boil. We got this ass bitch and everything just because she was bad.
Acid.
Maxim in 2007 posted a photo shoot. Women of the Idea.
Yo, this nation will burn one day. What the fuck are we doing? Does Maxim have a women of the I don't know South Korean military or the Yugoslavian military? Like what are we doing?
I don't know, but it's Israel. It's okay, right?
Why does Maxim have a photo shoot? Is Maxim an American made company?
I don't think so actually.
Even if it's not, why is Maxim doing photo shoots for a military? Like what? I mean, I know the answer is because it's Israel, but like this shit is pissing me off.
Yeah. Let's see what their controversies were.
Do Maxim even have a women of the UK military or the American military?
Huh. Apparently, this was the first event in a new branch of quote public diplomacy from
All
Maxim
right,
Mag.
all right, bro.
And actually, that photo shoot genuinely made people angry.
I have a vest.
I have a vest. I have one
I
on.
can't say what it's for.
Oh
Who's
my
the
goodness.
CEO of Maxim again?
I'm screaming. I don't know. I don't remember. Do they have one? I don't remember it.
Not for long.
Behold,
For legal reasons, this is funny. He's.
smoldering soldiers is crazy.
You said what?
Smoldering soldiers is one of the headlines that they use to describe these ladies.
Okay.
Meet the sexy Israeli army soldier who's got the internet all fired up. Yeah, I want
What?
to meet her. I have a 5X trench coat on. Someone asked me why. Someone asked me why.
Oh my god! Have y'all seen that movie? I don't know.
I
I don't
see
know
why.
what the movie is, but have you seen that clip of Ethan Hawke in the mirror putting on an explosive vest and like it's just really serious music playing? I've seen that clip floating around and that shit kills me every time I see it.
Oh, that sounds funny though.
I'm trying to figure out what movie that was, but the first time I saw it, the caption was like the second RFK Jr. tries to get rid of nerds gummy candy, and it's just Ethan Hawke putting on a vest. Oh
The
my god.
nerds gummy candy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That shit kills me every time I see it. Anytime I see somebody in government doing some shit that I don't like, I just picture that image in my head.
He's a priest in this movie. Why was he doing that then?
It's a priest putting on the fucking.
So what was he doing that for?
They got that nigga mad.
For
Oh, shit.
hold on, I'm reading the plot on Wikipedia. I'm trying to figure out why he had that on. Oh. Oh. Take issue with the memorial service. Yeah, he ain't like that. Okay, Oh, and she shamed him. Yeah, okay, I see. You should not have shamed him. You shouldn't have shamed him like that. That was so crazy. Why would you shame a nigga with an under construction vest on? Like, it literally says an under construction explosive vest. Like, this is killing me. Like, it wasn't even done yet. Like, they ain't even really. I ain't work out the kinks. I don't know if the
Wait,
fire.
she knew he had it and still shamed him?
Yes.
Girl, you stupid?
And I'm crazy.
Imagine.
But no, so somebody else shamed him, but it was somebody she was cool with, and then he ended up telling the lady like, "Hey, look, don't go to the reconsecration ceremony." And the worst part is he got the joint on, right? He got the joint on, and then when he pulling up, he see old girl show up anyway, and he like, "Oh my god, bro!" So he removed the vest and wraps himself in a length of barbed wire, and then puts on his like priestly garments. He fills a glass with drain cleaner and is about to drink it, and then Mary interrupts him. And then they kiss passionately before an abrupt cut to black. What the fuck are y'all on?
Okay, that is a crazy ending to that sequence of events, but that nigga, he was dedicated to going out. If it's not gonna be from this vest, it's gonna be from. I don't know what the barbed wire was for. Maybe so people couldn't resuscitate him after he drank the drain cleaner. But like, he was trying to get out of there for something.
He was. He was. And he was
I
mad as
respect it.
look, I'm finna do something.
I respect a man that's mad and does something.
Yeah. So that was one of the things, because basically it was some environmental company that was supposed to be helping him out, and then he found out the environmental niggas was full of shit. So basically everybody he knew was full of shit, and he said, "Yeah, I'm booming myself."
Oh man.
What else? What else? What else? So I've been watching This Is Us and Handmaid's Tale. First and foremost, I'm gonna start with Handmaid's Tale. Phenomenal series, gotta be honest. As I was watching, I was gonna say Elizabeth Moss, the lady who plays the main character June in the show. June is the realest bitch I've ever seen on TV. Probably the realest nigga I've seen on TV too, as well.
Facts.
I think there wasn't a moment in the show where she really wasn't about whatever we needed to be about at the time. Like, if
Okay.
y'all want that, if y'all need that, I promise you, I always have that. Like,
And
whatever
it's
y'all.
like people were telling me like, oh, she's gonna piss you off a couple of times throughout the show. She's gonna do things you don't want her to do. Da, da, da. And as I'm watching, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop for her to do something that I disagree with. But I've since surmised that some of y'all are just pussy because I don't see what other options she had.
Oh, she's gonna do some shit to piss you off, and the shit be resorting to violence. That would have been my
Yeah.
first thought.
Should be keeping it
That,
real at all times. Like,
so you
like granted,
didn't
there's
want her
plenty
to
of times
go up
where I'm
and
just
shoot
like,
that man?
there's plenty of times where I'm like, okay, there probably was an easier way out here, but no, I respect this. Fuck all that other shit. Like, let's get straight.
Like she was ready to die about her shit.
That made me respect her more.
Yeah, so I mean, Handmaid's Tale was a great show, and mind you, me having never really watched it at all, and never like I never really paid any attention to Handmaid's Tale.
Or read the book.
I knew, yeah, books from fucking '86 or something, but I knew it was a show, knew it was on, knew it was getting acclaim, knew it was winning awards, and I was just like, okay, I mean, I don't know, it just don't sound like something I'd be into.
People didn't do a good job talking about what the show was about.
People never do. I always tell people all the time, like when people give me reviews of a show and shit like that, like it's like, bro, like honestly, I would just much rather I get the plot and I just give it a shot and just tell me some freaky shit that happened, like without context that
Hmm.
doesn't spoil it. Like again, like because if I was explaining Hellbound to you and I tried to not spoil any aspect that happened, it would just sound like some fake religious show where people are falling for a cult and no smoke monkeys beating niggas to death and incinerating them. Let's start right there. Let's start there because you're gonna see that within
Yeah.
20 minutes of the
It
episode.
just made me, and people do this with music too, but it just made me like think about, it was one of those shows where like it's been out for a while. And when you finish it, you just think about like, damn, there's probably a lot of shows out there that I would really like that I haven't given a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just one of them for me. Like I would have
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's everything that I asked for in a show.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all right about people not explaining what the show is well because for the longest time I thought this show was like back in the old times based off of the outfits. I literally just learned like this year that this is in modern times.
Nigga, I learned that watching the show.
Yeah,
I was watching a
you
show. I'm
have
like,
to watch.
hold on, is that a Jeep Sorry, is that a Jeep Grand Cherokee? I see. Am I tweaked out? They did not have Jeep Grand Cherokees in the 1800s, most notably. I think this is
Yeah, like
a addition to
it's
LE
just
too.
good. It's just good. You just gotta watch. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, and I will say like echoing the point about it having everything is like it really does have everything. Like I know like I've probably thought of it as one of those shows where like it's like I know like I think and a lot of times people's fans like the fans of a show necessarily don't do it justice neither because like when you see what they talking about it's just like it's one of those shows. Okay, like I'm thinking like it's one of like them like feminist like shows about women and like da da da. And the crazy part is when you watch it and it's like I mean yes and no, yes and no. But it always stay live, and so it's like and even what you were describing about like that with TV shows, I had that with Stranger Things, where like people tried to explain Stranger Things to me, and it just sounded fucking strange, and they were just like, nah, yo, you gotta like. It's like I'm like, well, why are we watching a bunch of kids and one of them's like an alien or something, and it's like fake ET or some shit? Like, what's going on? Like he hiding her in the basement or something? Like,
It do give fake ET vibes in that first season if
dude,
you
does it
like.
not? Like I'm just
Yeah.
like this sounds like fake ET. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know. Like maybe this is a cash grab, gang. Like y'all literally watching white ET. That's crazy to me.
White
Um,
ET, like the
yeah,
original ET wasn't white.
the ET was black. First off, look at him. Look at him. That is a black man.
Alrighty. You gonna get this show taken down. You on your third
Yo,
strike.
what are we talking
Listen,
about?
we're in
ET was
MAGA
real.
America now. You can't be claiming white treasures like ET.
What? ET
They
was
will string you up.
Creole. Why are we saying
ET
that? Do we know his 23andMe results?
Listen. I'm
was
not saying I
Creole.
disagree. I'm saying what MAGA is going to disagree with, and they not going to have
ET
you
stands
picking.
for Eldridge Toussaint. He's actually Creole.
He's Haitian. I know.
He's actually Haitian.
Come on, bro. Eldris Tucson, bro. What you mean?
Eldridge Tucson is crazy.
Like, bro, ET was Creole. I'm confused. I don't know why we're acting like he's a white. Like, all right, put it like this: if ET is white, right? Let's keep going down. Like, y'all know Alf, the old nigga Alf.
I knew you were gonna say Alf. Oh my god.
What race is he? Somebody tell me.
Somalian.
Okay, or ethnicity,
I'm
race,
sorry.
whatever. I don't really care.
No, I'm sorry. I'm done.
This is Alpha Somalian, bro. Come on, bro. Why would he be Somalian? Alf is clearly Egyptian. Like, by the way.
Y'all saying
Egyptian.
Somalian is killing me.
He said, "Oh, Alf, Guinea-Bissau for sure.
Oh my god.
I could tell.
Oh shit!
What
That
does
just
it?
reminded me. Totally off topic, but did y'all see that Meek Mill tweet? Oh my god, I hate this.
Oh, the
This nigga
Burkini
is so
Faso.
stupid. Yeah, he said that I've been reading up on Bikini Faso. That nigga need a Twitter. This is the dumbest nigga on the planet, man.
Should
Like,
have been
I
there.
didn't really. What did he say?
What did he say? Basically, he was saying like I've been reading up on Burkini Faso. He seemed like he was that nigga, yo. Like he need a Twitter page so he can get on here and talk his shit. And it's like, gang.
What?
don't pay him no mind. He's fucking
The
stupid.
National Republic of Burkina Faso's verified Twitter account responds like,
He, he think it's a guy. It's just he's a little dude. It's a little
He
guy.
thinks it's a guy.
He thinks it's a guy. He
He
really do.
said he need to get on here and talk his shit. He literally thinks it's a guy.
Bro, no
Everybody
bullshit.
pointing and laughing. His ass thinks Bikini Fasso's a guy.
Like, bro, no bullshit, son. California is a really funny nigga. Like, yo, like I don't think people understand how funny he is, bro. Like, it's like people don't get to see it. And I wish he had Twitter, cause like then he could show niggas, bro, cause he really be talking that shit. Like,
Like
dog,
I genuinely hate Meek Mill. Like just how stupid this nigga is makes me violently angry.
hate him
Like
for being stupid.
I hate when
this
somebody tried to like cut him some bill and say like, oh, like he's autistic, and they was like, we don't have that in the hood.
Yeah,
What's that? We don't-
the nigga was like neurodivergent. He's like, we don't use no words in the hood. What that mean?
And besides, niggas don't know what autism is. They think that's a form of like mental retardation or something. Being stupid and being autistic are not 1-to-1.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
That
Please.
nigga just has a lukewarm IQ, like around 67. That's okay.
Or he said, bro, no. You're not autistic. He's just stupid. Please stop
Yeah.
conflating the two. They're not synonymous terms. They're not
A
interchangeable.
lot of autistic people are very smart.
Like he is not neurodivergent.
His ass is neurotypical and
You,
typically stupid.
I won't say he's not neurodivergent. He might have something going on because to me, he has like this childlike wonder around him. Like he might be 9 years old. You know, like he stopped, aging
Oh, like
mentally.
Winter is killing me.
But like he's not autistic. He might have like stopped mentally aging or something because the nigga he's too dumb to be a functioning adult.
But it's like that's him and a lot of other niggas. Like I think that's kind of what happens when your life is lauded with trauma and murder and organized crime at a young age, and then you suddenly become rich as fuck.
Yeah. Literally, like you went through all that shit growing up. So obviously you dropped out of school. Wasn't a lot of learning going on, and instead of like having to get your life together and like get a
You
GED
become
or
a
go to college or something,
multimillionaire.
exactly, he's just putting all his thoughts out there for everybody to see, and they're not good thoughts.
Yeah. Nigga said they never taught us the difference between Democrats and Republicans. Meek, they did. You
Brother,
weren't in
they
school.
did.
You were not in school. You were on the block. They taught us that. I swear to you, they did. They
I
even
think
taught.
what I think what really pissing me off so much about him is the fact that he's dumb, but I don't know if it's ego or what, but like he just says things like he knows they're true. Like what you just said, they never taught us the difference between it. He said that with his whole chest, like he knew it was just they gonna fuck with this because
Being
it's
around,
true. They never taught us that.
being around them rich niggas will do that to you because them niggas don't none of them niggas believe they wrong because nobody can tell them they wrong.
Yeah,
Like if Robert Kraft is spitting some game to me, he might be lying out his ass. How can I tell him he's wrong? He talking to me about tax loopholes and shit. I don't know no fucking better. Like
yeah.
Sneak just nod his head like so. He was expecting niggas to hear that. Oh, they didn't teach us the difference between a Democrat and a Republican, bro. All that math, and I still ain't learned that, right?
That
Like
nigga
nigga,
ain't learned no math either.
you weren't in school at all. Did they teach you math? Because you weren't there for that either.
He learned math on the block.
I know you probably didn't learn Democrats and Republicans on the block.
Oh, I hate that nigga so much.
All right. Let's see. We did TV. Da da da. So, oh, the other show I started watching. This Is Us. That was another show. I used to put that and Grey's Anatomy in the same category because every
You
time
also started watching Grey's Anatomy.
I did, I think I mentioned that already, like before we took off forever. But um, I think I put both of those in the same category because any and every time that show was ever brought up to me, it was ever mentioned, I ever seen like it on or something, I was just like, nigga, do they do nothing but fucking cry in this shit, bro? Like all you niggas do cry. All the fans do is cry. It was so sad when I'm like, bro, what? Nigga, I'm a black man in America. This shit sad enough, bro. What the fuck, bro? I listen. Y'all can have all of that shit, gang. Like I'm not about to sit up here and do too much. And then the worst part, especially with This Is Us, is like my mom used to watch and she used to get on the big girl ass, and that shit used to piss me off. I used to be like, yo, all right, man, don't let me. My mother, so I'm gonna keep it clean, but not too much, yo, because I get to talking. I get to talking. But I started watching that. Pretty good show. Yet again. Dare I say, many of these shows, there's actually quite a bit of good media out here, especially when you're a nigga who skips over so much shit. Like, it's beautiful for me because there's so many shows I haven't watched that I'm like, you know what? Why not? Right? And it's like 1,000 seasons of some of these shows. Yeah, no, I mean, well, This Is Us only has like, you probably talking about Grey's Anatomy, but This Is Us, I think, only has like six, and I'm like, six is a sweet spot for me. Like, I feel like shows over 6 or 7 got too much going on. Like that shit usually don't pan out or don't be good the whole time because you can't maintain excellence for 10 fucking seasons. I don't believe that. You got to show it to me first, nigga. Like I'm sure it's probably whack seasons of The Simpsons, but it's like Grey's Anatomy has so many seasons. It's sort of like just like it's like a bus ride basically. Like this bus go from the tippy top of America all the way to the bottom. And if you're getting off in Virginia, then you're getting off in Virginia. If you're getting off in North Carolina, you're getting off in North Carolina. Like you just get off where you get off, right? Like it's like you maybe aren't even meant to ride the bus all the way to completion. Because nigga, it's 19 fucking seasons of this, buddy, or 27 seasons of this, gang. Like just watch the first 12, and when that character you like dies off, get up out of there. Like, but yeah, no, that's the one thing I do hate about Grace is that it did spawn everybody's fucking Chicago EMT, Atlanta fire, North Dakota. I'm like, bro, I don't care. I don't.
How this drama set in the hospital? How are niggas dying off in this show? Like it's a like how are people dying in the hospital? Not the patients, but like the doctors.
I'll give you one. One of the more ridiculous ones that came early on. When I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and I say early on, I'm like 4 seasons into it. There was an episode where a lady came in and she basically had some piece of metal that was embedded in her body, right? You know, it literally is the most dramatic shit. I'm glad you said that because that's literally. She had a piece of metal shrapnel like broke off of her body. Shit was relatively large, like maybe like a 7 inch piece of metal or steel or whatever. And this lady had her hand on it because she was applying pressure to the wound because she didn't want her to bleed out. What they ended up finding out was that object that was inside of her was an unexploded round from a fucking mortar. And the reason,
Hello?
hold on, and the reason that happened is because her husband apparently is one of those Civil War reenactor dudes. He went to a Civil War reenactment, da da da. He was playing around, he was doing all that shit, right? He had a neighbor who used to hate that he would do all this Civil War reenactment shit. So the neighbor one day took this nigga's mortar and shot it in the direction of his house. And it happened.
Hello?
Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm literally lying about some of this. But long story short, the part that's true is that nigga did Civil War reenactments, and his wife ended up with a mortar in her fucking stomach or some shit. Or
I'm
maybe
not
maybe it was him. I don't fucking know. I don't even care anymore. Because
I'm
long story,
not gonna lie. This shit sounds so fucking cartoonishly random that I'm intrigued enough to watch it.
yeah. So literally, like,
Like
so the
what the
lady,
fuck?
yeah, exactly. So the lady
I would
came.
watch Grey's Anatomy if instead of like a 8 season drama with every once in a while somebody dies off, if every episode was just a random doctor getting killed in a random ridiculous way, that shit would be hilarious for like a 12 episode season on Netflix or
Yeah,
something.
it's only one season, and then at the end, the whole hospital go like. But so yeah, so they're keeping their hand on this thing. So mind you, like their thing, like, all right, if you relieve the pressure and this thing moves and shifts at all, it's gonna go off. So the lady got to sit in there. Mind you, some like young girl who's an EMT. She's young as fuck. So long story short, she's in there holding it, and then they got to operate on this lady and do all this other shit because literally, there's other problems here as well. So they got to
Mhm.
operate on this person while she has the hand on the thing and she can't move her hand at all. So it gets to a point where they're doing the operation, they're starting to realize, I don't think we can save this lady. Don't think we can do it. And so what starts happening is pretty fucked up. Is people start slowly like slinking their way out of the room, like,
Oh
like
no.
you look at one part and it's like 9 niggas in the room. Then you come back, it's like 6. Then you come back and I'm like, how the fuck is it just 4 y'all? Because niggas is clearing out. Niggas is getting out the way. Because they said straight up, look, gang, I don't know if we gonna get out. So they all start clearing out, and at this point, it's just the main character, the white girl of the show, Sandra Oh, the Asian one, the girl, and then I think like the anesthesiologist or something, right? So he's in there, and then they at one point they swapped, right? Because like she was getting tired, she was doing that for like 14 hours or some shit. So they swapped, and he got his hand in there, da da da. So then he swaps back with her, or swaps back with I think Meredith, who was the main character or something at some point, right? And then this nigga is sitting there. He's talking to him, and he starts like walking her through how to do it. Da da da. She's like, all right, cool. Da da da. This and that. And so as he's walking her through, I think I'm not sure if he like just backed out the room or if he was like started putting his coat on or something. But then niggas in the room start realizing, I thought we was taking a turn, bro. I didn't know you was leaving, bro. So literally, everybody leaves this girl in that room by herself, and then Meredith is in there like, nah, I'm not gonna leave her in there. So then she swaps with her. This whole thing happens. Then they gotta wheel the person to another room with the hand carefully on it, da da da, this and that. Then they finally get it out of her, right? Finally get it out of her. They call a bomb squad in and everything. The guy from the bomb squad's a piece of shit. He's an asshole, but of course he's an asshole because bitch, there's a fucking live munition in this hospital. Like, of course I'm an asshole. Everyone has to follow everything I say, or we all die. Like, it's real simple. Like, so he's doing all that, da da da. They finally deliver the munition to him, right? So he's taking it and he's walking out it and he's in the hallway, like basically trying to get it out of there, da da da. The shit blows up in his hand and smokes the whole fucking hallway.
Jesus Christ.
Blows up in his hand, smokes the whole hallway. Now, mind you, Meredith just came out to like look because he was like halfway down the hallway. She came out to look like, damn, man, I can't believe we got through. That shit right in her fucking face. Throw her ass across the hall and everything. So then she got like a concussion, and that's like a plot point for the next 3 or 4 episodes and all of this shit. But it's like literally, it be silly ass shit like that. Like, and every once in a while they'll give you one where it's just one they had a ferry crash where like people had some wild nutty ass injuries on that ferry crash, boy. But yeah, so like they'll usually give you like, and the seasons are long. You know what I mean? Them seasons be like 20 something episodes. So it's like in a 20 something episode season, like it's about half episodes with bullshit, and the other half of the episodes are like story development, character development. It's never really filler per se, but it's always like some sort of character development, story development, da da da, whatever.
That sounds like Supernatural. Like half the season be about the actual story, and then the rest be filler where they just go off and kill a random werewolf or a vampire somewhere.
But it'd be insanity. So, but yeah, no. So I mean, them shows be worth it. I will say that they are worth it. You know, I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next because Handmaids only got one season coming up, and that's coming out sometime. I think next year or the year coming up. Uh, but yeah, man. A lot of good TV.
Yeah,
Not
TV
on. Like
been good.
that shit been off, but
Yeah.
let's see. Do you want to do these video games to get out of here?
Yeah. Yes,
I really don't want to do
indeedy.
video games anyway, because it's gonna be a lot of these shit. Some of these bitches I wanted to talk about, but
What video games we got?
this is just from remember the award show that happened like maybe 2 weeks ago, like Ninja Gaiden and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, Elden Ring, Nightreign, man. Throbbing cock alert.
Thrombosis
Pre-coming everywhere alert. Dribbling.
Me thrombosis alert.
Elden Ring, Elden Ring Nightreign is about to be the game of the century. It's about to be the best video game ever made. No one could tell me any different. They got
What kills me is that the guy who like they put in charge of this literally was in charge of like level design and like boss design or something, and I'm like, you put a level and boss designer in charge of a game that is literally nothing but levels and bosses. Like, this is perfect.
this is about to be a 12 out of 10.
This is exactly what I need. Okay.
I want to know the lore for this because they're bringing back old bosses from previous games. Like everybody saw the Nameless King, and everybody's hyped for that, as we should be. But like this is still in Elden Ring in the lands between, so that would mean that Elden Ring connects to the rest of the Soulsborne games,
Now I did
at
see that they
least
said
to Dark
it
Souls.
wasn't canon or something. Like they were saying, and I don't know if that was official statement, but people were saying it wasn't canon. So I was like, I
Ah,
mean, we'll see. I guess that would be the way that you get all these people in here, right?
yeah, I would prefer it would be canon. It'd be more interesting to see like how it
It might be more
all tied
difficult
together.
to make it canon. So that's probably why like you'd be better off just saying, oh, it's the lands between. It's between some shit. So
Yeah, yeah, because they literally have Morgoth voicing it in the trailer. I don't know if they just have him as the narrator or if he'll actually be in it, but
yeah.
I can see it not being canon because, like I said, they got old bosses, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense unless you strategically try to fit it all in.
Like
Because I was thinking that
remember
there's a way they could do it.
yeah, those are yeah. No, because that was the other tarnished in the other. He had a soul, but his soul, a nigga just throw a flash bomb at you. Like,
I mean, we're literally in the lands between. So like, and then in the trailer they open this big door and then walk into a black room. So like, obviously they weren't canon in the games, but who's to say these niggas just ain't pop out the time stream randomly and start boxing with random niggas? That's all I needed. That's canon enough for me.
yeah.
I mean, it's so much time travel in fucking Elden Ring and Dark Souls anyway. A random nigga could just pop out and start boxing somebody anywhere.
But you know what's funny? I think this is actually a beautiful example of companies being very smart with the deployment of their resources. Because really think about the fact that, nigga, all those assets have been used before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna add some new shit. Like, duh. Like, you're gonna add some new shit, but it's like, buddy, I'm really reusing like 70% of my old shit. Like, it's like, so that speeds up so much of this process because we really only got to worry about actually designing the level, actually designing the fights, and some of that other and weapons and shit. Like, because it's like, nigga, I don't have to build nothing from the ground up because it's all here already. Like, we already have all the assets that we need, my nigga. Like, so it's just like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna introduce some new ones because why wouldn't I? But my nigga, we ain't done. We ain't done. I'm about to fuck around and give y'all an Elden Ring simulator after this, nigga. I'm gonna use these assets, nigga. Y'all want a tarnish simulator? Here we go. Come on. It's like The Sims, but with tarnish. I got you.
They're about to give us an Elden Ring boss rush.
Yeah, no, literally. Elden Ring arena mode. Like, just arena. This is strictly battles, nigga. Like, you just fight battles. That's it. But then it's like an RPG. We gonna give you RPG elements. Know what I mean? You can upgrade your shit. You're like, damn, you niggas, y'all not gonna make y'all think y'all Naughty Dog. Y'all not gonna make another game, huh?
And you know what? I'm gonna take whatever they put out. I'm
Sure
eating
will.
anything.
Sure will. I'm eating everything, brother. So new Ninja Gaiden. That also looked pretty interesting. That'll be another game that I look forward to playing and not beating.
Mm-hmm. I don't even got no shame in saying it. If it's too hard, I will give up. No, I can't say that. I used to give up as a kid, but now that I beat so many Dark Souls and Soulsborne games, I can't not beat a Ninja Gaiden game now. As a kid, I would. Nigga, them games were so hard as a kid. I was giving up on like the third boss.
Oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, I was getting my ass beat.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever finished a Ninja Gaiden game. Because they all came out when I was a kid, when I didn't know how to fucking do shit. But I'm damn sure excited to play it and possibly not finish it.
What else? What else we got? What else we got?
Anamusha.
Yeah, we'll get to there. I'm gonna get to the ones I'm excited about later. I'm gonna start with the bullshit. Sorry. Steel Hunters. Uh, like slick, like a fake Titan Hall, but it comes from Titanfall, but it comes from the developer of the World of Tanks. I don't even
Ooh,
know what this is.
interesting.
Like mech battles, like nigga, where's Gundam, bro? Bring the Gundam game here. Make it work. I know they got that little shit that they released not too, but that shit's not the shit I'm
That was
looking
a hero shooter, free to play like Overwatch. That shit died in less than a year.
for. As it should have, because what the fuck was y'all talking about?
I'm looking at Steel Hunters now. This is looking.
It do look
This
crazy.
is
I
looking
will
kind
say,
of
I'm watching the
spicy.
trailer. It do look crazy.
Yeah, this does look crazy.
Mind
But
you, I
you're
think
right.
he
When
still got ult. You seen that nigga drop his ult?
yeah, it's gonna be another game that I drop money on, and then probably after a month or two, done with it.
Yeah, it looks alright though. It looks alright. Borderlands 4, whatever.
Yeah, no, I like Borderlands. I'll probably get it, but the trailer, it looks like they picked like the most bland characters. Like
Mm-hmm.
Borderlands used to have characters like a psycho or a nigga named Brick. Now y'all just got a commando with guns and well, I mean they had a commando named Roland in the first one, but like the characters look wacky and zany before. Now they just got generic soldier
Like,
guys.
just sanitize them and watch. But think about it, they just did that movie where they tried to do the same thing. So it's like I can see it. Tekken 8 added Clive, which I was just like, God damn, boy. Square Enix is not playing, huh? Them motherfuckers said, all right, you can do anything. And mind you, they made it. They souped this up to make it seem like this final character was gonna be something crazy. And don't get me wrong, like the kid,
Wait,
like
they added Clive from Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy 16. Yep.
Okay, I might have to cop that because I
Now,
did like
granted, I
Final
don't know
Fantasy.
if you haven't seen any of the gameplay from that nigga. Oh, you're in for a treat because boy, does he look fucking broken.
I haven't seen anything. I didn't even know he was coming. And I
Yeah, no,
beat the dog shit out of Final Fantasy, so this is a character I'm actually excited for.
he looks fucking busted. I'm not gonna hold you. He's been out since the 19th, so
He's out already?
yeah, he's out already. There's plenty of vids. He's fucking busted. Let's see. Virtual Fighter's coming back. That's another one.
Okay, that's interesting.
We'll see. We'll see. Project Century was like that Yakuza movie. It's like Yakuza slash Sleeping Dogs and a little bit type shit. Turok Origins. This is gonna be a
Yeah,
multiplayer
I
third
saw that.
person shooter.
It's
I said
multiplayer?
third person multiplayer. I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you.
Already. I'm already
Uh,
sold. Cop.
Musha, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what type of one they go for. I hope, and it's just my thing. I hope that Animusha does not fall into the trap of Souls likes. Please don't do it. Just make your game.
Yeah, I
Make
can
your
see
game.
like in the modern day and age, every game is trying to capitalize off of like the Soulsborne, but like
Go for the slow down fights. It's 4 hits, and every hit counts, bro. Please, you Devil May Cry us, please.
yeah,
That's what Animusha
put
is.
1,000 niggas on stage and let me swing my sword around
Cause I got
like a
it.
madman.
I got it like that. Like, please, I beg of you. Like, please don't do that. So we'll see with that.
When you said Turok Origins was multiplayer, was it co-op or PvP?
All I know is that it's multiplayer. I don't think it mentioned either one specifically. It just says multiplayer.
Hoping it's both. I'm hoping it's co-op and it's multiplayer. Oh, if it's multiplayer with like, you know, some games have hazards on the map, but the hazards were random dinosaurs roaming around. Dog, that would be a contender for game of the year.
They got
Imagine
mob.
you in a shootout and a random T-Rex just walk by, like, dog.
Yeah, like PvP VE would be hard.
Yeah.
They got a Mafia game coming out. I couldn't give less of a shit about this. Looks like a fake Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, this is the Mafia old country. Yeah, I don't really fuck about it.
Okami's finally getting a sequel. We'll see what that means.
Okami the dog,
Mm-hmm.
the little white dog with the.
The
Oh,
cars and
okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
and the big one of the night, which got all the fucking which absorbed the most woke mind virus, was Intergalactic, the heretic prophet.
Oh yeah. Um, suck a dick. Oh yeah. I don't like. This shit just pisses me off.
First and foremost, let's make a few things clear. It's a Naughty Dog IP, and it's the first new one in a decade. That's worth clapping for just off the strength of the fact that there have only been 2 Last of Us games, guys.
Well,
Think about that.
the
They've
Naughty
been
Dog
10 years
already.
and 2 games.
Naughty Dog gamers used to like Naughty Dog, but they already have a 2 strikes actually because in The Last of Us 2 they had a trans character that you made you play as, and that trans character killed Joel. So Naughty Dog already got 2 strikes, so niggas don't care about that no more. And now they're making this new game with a POC female as the main character.
The
Woke.
the
DEI.
head the head of Naughty Dog is an Israeli who was born in Israel, and The Last of Us literally is an allegory for the occupation. Guys, I promise you, you're good. You're on the same team of fascism. I promise you.
Yeah, but a lot of these well, first I didn't know anything about all the stuff you just said. I didn't know that.
You
But
didn't know. I'm sorry.
yeah, but what I was about to say, them anti woke niggas don't like Israel either. They're anti-Semitic. They hate the Jews. So
Straight
that's
like, and
strike three.
like they don't have any real like they don't want policy. They don't want it's just hate. Like so, it's just like I don't like you, and like yeah, but I'm on your team. No, you're never on my team because you do shit I don't like. You couldn't be on my team if you were doing shit that I don't like. I don't understand that. Why don't you get that?
Yeah, literally. That's
The
yeah.
games I want, and it's like, bro, do you really genuinely want to see another game with another white guy pretending to be a rebel and an outlaw? I don't think you do. And niggas like,
They
yeah, the woke shit and da-da. And people talk about the product placement that they did in this. First off, I thought the product placement was good.
what was the
Um,
product placement?
it was Porsche and Sony, and I think maybe Reebok.
How is
But the Porsche
Sony a
one,
product placement in a PlayStation game?
Porsche one was really good. I didn't have no problem with the Porsche one. The Sony one was like it was like a close up of her hands when she was activating like some music player, and it was a Sony music player or whatever. And then the Reeboks were just like it was like a shot of her tapping her feet, and she's wearing Reeboks. No, I think it was Adidas or some shit like one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like my thing is like I never really bothered with product placement, like tripping over it because I never minded the way some people did it. As long as it's artistic and you fit it in with like you know what I mean. Like even if it's
Yeah,
odd, you took a split second to show me the Porsche. If it fits into the way you've shot the rest of this movie, then I'm fine with that. That's fine. I don't care if you want to show me that it's a Porsche. Porsche probably paid you good money to do that. I don't give a fuck. That has nothing to do with me.
they're just nitpicking. Niggas don't ever care about
Literally,
product
nobody
placement
ever care about product placement, nigga. Meanwhile, some of your favorite Republican dickheads do nothing but promote bullshit.
constantly.
But yeah, so first off, I'm glad that this is a new IP. Thank God. It's time to get the fuck off of Last of Us, bro. Please. And more than so than anything, I think people are failing to realize maybe y'all forgot that like Naughty Dog really does drop good games. Cause between Uncharted, hell, even if you like to Crash Bandicoot, nigga, and Jack and Daxter, like
Oh, Jack and
Naughty
Daxter.
Dog kinda does their job every time. Like
Yeah.
they kinda do their job every fucking time. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And oh wow, apparently I typed in Naughty Dog, right? And in Google, I got Naughty Dog next game, Intergalactic, upcoming games, IPs, like you know all their games and stuff. Then I got
Mm-hmm.
Naughty Dog Stellar Blade, and I was like, Naughty Dog didn't make Stellar Blade. What's that about? Like that confused the shit out of me because I know that they didn't do it. I open it, and the first thing that comes up is the subreddit Critical Drinker, and I'm already
Oh,
worried.
brother.
Yeah, I'm already worried because apparently somebody from Naughty Dog just tried to draw the main character from Stella Blade, but I guess they didn't draw her like sexy enough or something. And you know these horn balls, these horned freaks, essentially just hated that this guy drew a character that maybe could be more realistic as opposed to like giant breasts and giant ass in a post-apocalyptic world fighting demons and all. Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the ass and it doesn't help. Maybe in that regard.
And they were just so angered by this. They started an entire subreddit for it.
So subreddit, a bunch of articles from honestly game sites that looked shameful. I've never even heard of these.
Shameful.
Shameful. YouTube videos where like they capitalize one or two words. You know, it's bad business. Bad business. Techforgamers.com. Goodness gracious.
It's crazy how even just words now, like gamers or critical, it makes you raise an eyebrow. Like, what are these niggas about to be on? Because of how these words have been used in the past 4 years.
The style too. Like when you make a YouTube video, right? And when you do something like Naughty Dog's ugly stellar blade art roasted by, I already disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I already know because then again, look, I love it. This page is talking about Naughty Dog ruins Eve from Stellar Blade. Next video, artist turns beautiful character into trans behemoth immediately, not even a second away. Like immediately, the next vid makes it very clear. Mind you, this guy's like a VTuber essentially. This is crazy. I don't
A
think
V2
this way.
dog, you're already a second class citizen. A V2. What a surprise though, a VTuber complaining that a nigga didn't draw an anime character sexy enough. You fucking weirdo.
And when you look at his links, he has a kick. So that's, again, yet
A
another thing. If I see a kick
kick.
link, I already know what it is.
Yeah. You can't get your shit off on Twitch, huh? So you on Kick, right?
I know what you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is
I know
just
exactly what you are.
yeah. Just click one video and mute it, and then just see what happens. This whole page, oh my goodness, I'm looking at every video they posted. And first off, okay. This is gonna sound crazy, and I'll give him a little bit of credit. This is an exorbitant amount of videos to have posted in 2 weeks. Like this, this is just
Oh,
this
them
is
niggas that rage bait like that.
this
That's
is
what they
just
do.
a lot of content. Like
They just pick up something from the news cycle and then post like literally 7 videos trying to shit on it.
yeah, this is a goodness gracious. Damn, you hard at work. Huh, all right. Well, anyway, um, yeah. So that was my whole thing. People were complaining about that, and I was like, first off, we saw like I think one little quick segment of gameplay, and it looked fire. So I was confused. But other than that, I was just again, other than that, I was just like, I trust a Naughty Dog game to be good. Like I trust the game to be gamey, like gamey. But like I trust them, like because they've like none of those games I've played have been like, mind you, there might be issues with the story, issue with this, issue with that. I don't care. The gameplay is always good enough. It always gets the job done. It never has it.
This nigga
So
has put up like 30 videos in the
I'm telling you,
last 3 days.
I'm telling you,
I gotta mail this nigga Anthrax.
I'm telling you. I was looking and immediately once it said 2 weeks, I said, wait, so those all those videos was in you posted 15 videos in 14 days, brother?
It's just slop rage content. I don't even need to watch the video. Like,
It is.
I clicked on one of them. It's just an echo chamber. All his followers just come on his videos to get in the comments and agree, yeah, trans is wrong. That's literally all this is. He's that video that Eve becomes trans. She didn't become trans. They just didn't draw her with giant tits and a big ass. It's literally just fucking rage bait content. Like, man. These niggas like this serve no type of purpose in society. You'll throw them in a volcano.
hmm And people fail to realize also the other thing is like we're talking about like tribute art, right? Like and people fail to realize concept artists all draw concepts different. Like you can give some like you can give the same prompt to it's not like AI, right? Where like you give the same prompt to AI 100 times, it'll give you the same exact thing 100 times. It's like, buddy, if I tell somebody, hey, look, we want 100 different artists to draw this character in their style, they're all gonna draw that character differently, which means somebody one of those artists might be a freaky frog, so she gonna look thick as hell when that artist draw her. And some of these other artists, if you look through their catalog, they mostly draw slimmer so the character's gonna be slim when they draw. And it's like unless the character was inherently like larger, which granted, all Eve was a tiny ass girl. Like this body, it's the same proportions. It's just she just had titties and an ass. So it's like nigga, well maybe that artist ain't a titty and ass guy. I don't know. Like I'm not about to. Like, that better question is this can't be ruining your day, is it?
Surely
Like,
it is.
surely this isn't ruining your day.
Day is an absolute. I was having a good day, and then I saw this, and my day was ruined.
Now I'm going to this VTuber's YouTube page to get my rocks off. Hold on, don't piss me off. But yeah, so that's about all we got. What else? I think The Witcher 4 is under fire for some of the same bullshit. I'm not even gonna bother dignifying it with an explanation. It's just the same old bullshit it always is. Niggas see a game with a woman in it now and just complain. Like it's so nasty.
And
Like it don't
these
even
niggas
matter. Like it don't
they
even
don't
matter.
even care about the lore that she was set up to be the next Witcher at the end of Witcher 3. That don't matter to them.
That's literally how the game ended.
It doesn't matter. Woke.
Yeah. Pokemon virus. I hear you. Yeah, so that split fiction game looked interesting too. It comes from the studio that did It Takes Two, which is also another game I started playing when I was on vacation with my girl. That game was pretty fun. It's definitely something to play like with your kids or well, I don't know. That shit might be frustrating playing with your kids. Bro, you press the button and then oh my gosh, I just nigga don't know how to work the right stick, bro.
I downloaded It Takes Two after you said it was good in the chat. I probably never played it, but
Yeah, probably not, but it's free, ain't it?
yeah, so I got it while it was free, so we'll see what happens.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and gentle them as well. It's gonna wrap up. It's gonna wrap it up. It's gonna wrap up episode 133. I don't think I ever promoted that this was episode 133. Or are we calling it 133? Do you want to just continue in the same numbering line, or you want to do something weird?
This is officially season 2.
mm, mm. So how would we delineate that in the titles?
Uh, you got me there. You got just have the title and then do colon season 2 and then episode 1. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll figure out, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what you love, man. You love to hear it happen live, right? Not live, but but it'll be all right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, ladies and gents. Thank you for stopping in. Thank the crew for being here. Thank Raven for being here. She left a little early, but duty calls. And yeah. Any last thoughts? Anything else before we go?
I think I'm good. Just happy to be back.
All right. Well, we'll see you soon, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.